I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide ties grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
What's up, everybody? Sorry I got in here a little bit late. I had a little bit of an issue, as you guys can see up in the right-hand side. It took away all my logos, so I'm trying to get all that fixed. Right now, getting ready for some Monday Night Modifieds here at Charlotte here tonight.
Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
Oh, let me think here. All right now it is Aaron Langley at the top of the charts. Matt Schaefer, the only one that has not put down a lap time. Looks like he is not going to get one in. That is going to be the end of qualifying. We're going to get into heat race number 1 here tonight. How's everybody doing tonight? How you guys doing out there as we get ready for the big block modifieds here at the dirt track at Charlotte? We're going to go ahead and pull up that. I got to go grab my Monday Night Modified logo. I don't know what the hell. My computer cleared out my whole freaking, might have been my fault for leaving it in the downloads, but definitely inconvenient for me. All right. All right, there's the Monday Night Modified logo back up there. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. I don't think we have... Oh, we are going to have somebody going home here tonight. Talking a little smack out there in the chat. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. It is going to be the number 1, I believe, of Aaron Langley. He is in the one. No, the number 14 of Aaron Langley. Outside of him in the 316, it's going to be Devin Howard. Starting on the inside of row number 2 is going to be the 07 of Trevin Lane. Outside of him in the number 45, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Starting inside row number 3 here tonight and the number 5 machine, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Outside of him in the 213, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Then in that number 4 row. Starting on the inside here tonight, it's going to be the number 97 of T Clem. Outside of him in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Then rounding out the field here tonight in that number 9 spot, it is going to be Tyson Banks. Top 7 going to transfer everybody else off to the Conti as we are going to get ready for some big block action here tonight at Charlotte. I think I'm going to have to turn that car sound up a little bit quiet for us as they come out of turn number 2. Charlotte, basically it's like the Talladega of dirt. Should be interested to see how that goes down. Is everything working good? Am I getting all my text? Everybody is being super quiet here tonight, guys. If you guys are out there in the chat, make sure you say hello. Got that. Remember, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok. Ready to roll. What's up, Andrew? What's up? What's up? All right, at least I know the TikTok is working. Something is going on. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Going to get that green flag down the front straightaway. Aaron Langley going to lead the way. Here comes Trevin Lane down low in the 07. He's going to slide up in front of Devin. Devin's going to have a big run down the back straightaway, but decides to back out of it. He's going to cut low out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, he's got to stay in line. We got a race back there between Randy Johnston and Jim Boniface back there right around that number 5 spot as here comes Howard back looking for second as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. They're going to get back in line. Right now it is, oh no, contact as Johnston goes to the back of the pack. So Johnston going to fall back. Jacob Fields got a little piece of that. Right now it's Tyson Banks in the 747, currently in that final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be side by side for the transfer spot. Jacob Fields can't get the run off. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, they're side by side for that number 8 spot. Randy Johnson going to get a big run. He's going to take 8th. He's going to set his sights on the 747. Here comes Devin Howard with a great run out of turn number 2. Up underneath Trevin Lane. Slides up the track at turn 3 and 4. Lane back with the cut down. Out of turn 4, Lane has the number 2 spot that time by. Lane going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Thought he was going to slide up, pulled out of it. Howard's going to get the big run down the back straightaway. He's going to get that number 2 spot back. Here comes T. Clem with a slide. Not quite. He's got to pull out of it as he tries to make his way around Boniface. This is all going to let the number 5 of Randy Johnston back up in the mix as Jacob Fields has fallen back down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the number 3 spot. Here comes Nicholas Ham down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get back in line as they head through 1 and 2. We got a stack up back at the field as T. Clem and Boniface make contact out of turn number 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Randy Johnston. He's looking to race his way. Oh, big contact as they come to line to the checkered flag. It's going to be Langley, Howard, Lane, Ham, T. Clem, Boniface, and I think it's going to be Johnston, but we're going to check the official results. No, Banks gets him at the line by 1/1000th of a second. Holy cow, that was close. That's why I got to check the officials because my ticker had Randy ahead. Right? What's up? What's up, Rowdy? We're going to get on this week, Rowdy. We're going to get on this week and do a little bit of racing over there. So that is the plan. Plus a couple other things I got working out. We're going to go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be Gav Sheehan. Outside of him in the number 32, he's very familiar with these top splits. It's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 2 in the 101 machine, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Outside of him, I'm assuming in the number 17, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside row number 3 in the 916, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Outside of him, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Kyle Lanfear. Jonas, thank you for the gift over there. What is that? Tropical something? I don't know. I think I have to go look at it on In the Sun. And I got to go look at the thing. I got to know exactly what those are called. Hold on. Let me go look. As I can see it all flying. Oh, he's coming out with all kinds of gifts. It's not telling me what it is. Thank you for the gifts, though. 5 gifts from Rowdy over there. Coconut tree. That's what it is. It's a coconut tree. 100 coins. Holy shit. 99 coins. Appreciate you, Jonas. Appreciate you. As we are looking for the green flag into turn number 3 and 4. When are they going to fire off? We're about to find out. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Gav leading the way. Damian Ward in second. Durgan trying to get that number 3 spot. Barnhart down low. Barnhart is not in the 101 tonight. He is in the 34 maybe. As they come on to turn at number 4 down the front straightaway, he is in the 34. As they head through 1 and 2, Cudney going to take advantage, but Barnhart going to fight hard back on the inside. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. It's going to be side by side. Make it 3 wide as Durgan goes high. 3 wide for third. Durgan's going to keep it. Gav's going to lead the way with Damian Ward in second. Caleb Durgan able to hold on to that number 3 spot. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Cudney now up to the number 4 position as, wow, that was Brundage making a bold move around Roundtree. Roundtree going to get him back in 1 and 2. Roundtree going to slide up the track. Matthews tries to close the door as Brundage threads the needle into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide it up the track into 3 and 4 as Roundtree cuts back up underneath. Brundage, the last car in. He's going to grab the wall. Here comes Matthews in that number 9. Can't quite get there. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Well, apparently I scratched myself. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Gavin leading the way. We're watching that battle for the transfer spot right now. Brundage is in it. In that 916. Battle for the lead is definitely starting to pick up as Damian Ward has gotten there. 2 laps to go. Here comes Ward. Ward with the slide. Slides up the track. Gav back with the cut down. Down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. More gifts to the Dolphin from Rowdy as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. Gav to the point. He's going to run the bottom, slides up the track. Big run for Ward. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward, down low, door to door, out of turn number 4. Who's going to get at the line? They touch. It's going to be Damian Ward at the line. Gavin second. Durgan, Cudney, Barnhart, Roundtree, and Brundage going into tonight's feature. That was wild. You are not lying, Rowdy. That was a wild finish. Thank you for the 24 roses. Also appreciate you, buddy. Always appreciate you coming out and hanging out. As that is the end of heat race number 2, we're going to get into the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. We are sending 1 driver home here tonight. Schaefer seems to be having some issues. We'll see if he's able to load up into tonight's consi. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ, it's going to be the number 5 of Randy Johnston. Outside of him, oh no, Kyle Lanfear did not grid up. Outside of him, it's going to be Joseph Matthews with Jacob Fields starting in 3rd. Kyle Lanfear was supposed to start in that number 4 spot, and then starting 5th here tonight, it is going to be Matt Schaefer. He looks like he's going to, oh, Lanfear is maybe on pit road. I don't know why Lanfear didn't grid up. That is unfortunate for him. What is that? A son, and what is the next one? I don't know what it is. It doesn't tell me. I stopped using TikTok Studio and started using OBS, and it doesn't tell me. All right, we are looking for the green flag this time by, and I got no clue. It tells me on TikTok Studio, but Randy is in the opener. He's running the LCQ. He is running the LCQ. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Why aren't you in the opener? Looking for the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Randy Johnston leading the way. Here comes Joseph to the outside, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Hold on, I got a soundboard for you. All right, you ready? You ready for
Once the top slicks off, you're going to see Daddy running the bottom, putting sliders on.
Randy going to lead that time by with Joseph Matthews in second. Jacob Fields in that number 3 spot. Matt Schaefer in fourth, as it looks like Kyle Lamphere is going to come off of pit road, but he is way behind the field in that number 18 machine. He's going to need a ton of help. He's going to need one of these guys to make a mistake as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Randy Johnston leading the way with 6 laps to go as they come across the line. 6 laps to go. I had to go ahead and shut off the soundboard so somebody doesn't get me. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, Matthews in that number 2 spot. Net able to gain ground on Johnston, but Jacob Fields seems to be getting it figured out. He might be picking up the pace a little bit, maybe not. He's actually just a tick slower than the top two, as it looks like Matthews and Johnston almost running identical laps. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Let's see what it looks like this time by, as Randy Johnston leads it into turn number 1 and 2. Matthews was definitely faster. Jacob Fields just kind of maintaining in that number 3 spot as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Matthews going to really ship it in. He's going to push the cushion. That's going to cost him a ton out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Here comes Fields looking for second. Fields going to close a ton on Matthews as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. That absolutely killed Matthews 0.2 of a second. Probably going to affect this lap too as they come across the line down into 1 and 2. Yeah, Randy Johnston looking to have the number. I'll tell you what, Fields has found some speed. He's down to a 7 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Might be too little too late. 1 lap to go as they come across the line. Here comes Jacob Fields putting the pressure on Joseph Matthews. Matthews going to send it up into turn number 1 and 2. Fields going to get a great run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Matthews ships it up. Here comes Fields looking low. It's going to be Johnston, Matthew, Fields, and Schaefer going to tonight's feature. Lamphere, he's going to be packing it up and going home as he comes out of turn number 4. All right, so a very quiet but much needed Consi. We needed that little bit of track wear. Looked like they started us off pretty fresh here tonight, as we are going to get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the main event, it is going to be the number 14 of Aaron Langley. Speaking of 14s, where's Ethan Bill? Outside of him in the number 32 machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Devin Howard in that 316, I think it is. Outside of him in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Gab Sheehan. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Trevin Lane. Outside of him, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside row number 4, in the number 45 JR machine, it's going to be Nicholas Ham. Outside of him, in the number 25, it's going to be Kenny Cudney. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 97 machine, it's going to be Tyler Clement. Outside of him in the number 34, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Starting inside row number 6 here tonight in the 213, it's going to be Jim Boniface. Outside of him in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, make sure you guys wave it to your favorite as they come down the front straightaway. Starting in that number 13 spot, inside row number 7, it's going to be the 747 of Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Then rounding out the field here tonight, inside row number 9, it's going to be the 007 of Jacob Fields. Outside of him, the number 83 of Matt Schaefer as we look for the green flag out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Damian Ward going to look down low. Great run out of 2. He's looking for the lead into turn number 3. Give the lead to Ward, but here comes Langley fighting back on the outside as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, give that lead to Damian Ward as he rolls the bottom perfectly through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Howard. He's going to thread the needle down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Up underneath Langley. Looking for second. Can't quite get there. He's got to fall back in line. Durgan in that number 4 spot. He's going to go to the bottom. He is so good at feeding the bottom side here. If this goes to the top for a lot of these guys, watch for Caleb Durgan to find something on the bottom to move his way forward as they head through turn number 3 and 4. He's up underneath Devin, looking for that number 3 spot. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. No postage needed. He just sent it into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Devin fighting hard on the outside. He's got Langley just ahead of him. Langley definitely playing a little bit of a pick move here for Caleb Durgan as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Durgan has that bottom side digging. Howard looking for the middle. We're going to make it 3 wide for second into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. Going to go back to the battle for third. Here comes Durgan, though. He's digging in hard in 1 and 2. Has that bottom side going as they come out of turn number 4 down the back straightaway, or turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan continuing to roll that bottom side. You got to wonder how long he's going to be able to do that as it looks like Langley and Howard are going to go to the top side of turn number 1 and 2. Don't look now. Here comes Nicholas Ham in the 45. Nicholas Ham looking to have a little bit of that action up at the front as it is a mess in the back of the pack. We're going to stay with this battle up front, though. We'll stay on this view so you can see a little bit of everything as they think about 4 wide. Here comes Nick Ham. He's going to stick it below Howard. Here comes Durgan. He's going to slide it in. Can't slide it all the way up. Devin's going to get to outside as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Man, you couldn't have fit a sheet of paper between Caleb Durgan and Devin Howard down that front straightaway as Devin falls back. Here comes Durgan into the number 3 spot. He's going to secure it as Devin's going to go down low out of turn 4 as he makes contact with Nicholas Ham. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the number 2 spot. Durgan down low. He's going to take it away from Langley. Langley going to fall back to third. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Howard going to stick it in hard. He's got a fast machine here tonight. Can he keep up the pace as they come across the line? 10 laps complete. 10 laps complete as they head into 1 and 2. Guys, don't forget, we got a little bit of ARCA action here tonight. If you guys want to get up in the action, that will be open to the first 24 to set in. It is going to be at Lanier. Fixed setup. You don't want to miss that action as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So top 2 starting to pull away as Durgan has cleared into second. He is trying to chase down Damian Ward as they head through turn number 3 and 4. That battle definitely starting to pick up the pace a little bit as they come down the back straightaway. I see you, LaFon. Man, I didn't see a lot of this text. I don't know why I'm not seeing any of the text over on my OBS for Facebook. I'm going to see if I can fix that real quick as here comes Durgan back to the bottom side trying to find his way around Damian Ward. He's trying to find some speed in that number 17 to find his way around him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to go high into turn number 3 and 4. Tries to get the run down into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan definitely closing the gap, but can't find his way around as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Trying to get that to work over here on my OBS. Let's see if I get that. Man, I'm not getting my Facebook for some reason on here. Sorry, guys, trying to figure out what's going on here over on the Facebook side. I got a lot of streaming to do to not have my chat working everywhere as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan has taken the lead around Damian Ward as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Really not a huge surprise there, as we here have contact further back, as I hear apologies as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. All right, looks like my chat is starting to work there over on Facebook as Durgan leads the way. Damian Ward in second. Let's see if I can go back and find the pass for the lead. Let's go back and take a look and see what happens. Looks like Ward might have caught the wall a little bit there. Durgan's going to throw the slide. Here comes Ward back up underneath. Durgan's going to come back with the cut down out of turn 2. I think this is where he takes the lead. No, there's quite a few passes. I missed a lot of sliders messing with my chat. Wow, what a battle for the lead there that I missed because, I was a little bit, yeah, that's where he takes the lead right there, and Durgan doesn't look back. What's up? What's up, Rigged? Rigged, says LaFon. What's up, LaFon? What's up, Moody? Did you look at the points for the ARCA series? Let's go. RGM, says Mud Flea, as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Durgan leading the way. I'll tell you what, been a pretty clean, uneventful race as they come out of turn number 4. As I say that, the caution flag comes out. Sounds like T-Clem might have had a little bit of that. Maybe not. All right, let's see what happened with Aaron Langley and Jacob Fields here. Oh, Fields just got the run on Langley. Langley tries to let Langley catch it. At that point, the caution flag comes out, and we are going to re-rack them, restack them. 23 laps in the books. Getting ready. Yeah, it's just a regular dirt set. I didn't do anything to the gear. It felt fine. And I definitely feel like it is probably going to be a bottom feeding track, but we'll see. Randy better put that fucker in gear. Where is Randy? Has he made any ground? Yeah, Randy's up 4 spots to the number 11 position. Definitely has some room to go. I'll tell you what, our biggest mover right now is going to be the 916 of Nick Brundage. He is our biggest mover right now as they come out of turn number 4. Let's see if they get that one to go this time by. Looks like they're going to get it. They're going to re-rack them, restack them. Let's go racing here again. Let's get it, Damien, says Larry. What's up, Larry? All right, so guys, make sure you guys pay attention. We are going to be releasing something tomorrow. Landon knows about it. Something fun. Could be a way for you guys to support me and support your favorite drivers as the green flag is out. Your bed got too comfortable. It's just Charlotte. It's just Charlotte. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle's going to be for second on back. Durgan pulls away, but here comes Damian Ward digging back in through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Battle's going to be for second. Nick Ham, or third. Wow. Nick Ham looking for it. How about Nick Ham up into the top 3? Nick Ham going to grab that number 3 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. As Devin tries to get the run, he's going to dive up underneath out of turn 4. They're 3 and 4 wide behind him. As we watch the battle for third, Devin's going to throw the slide, parks it on Nick Ham. Nick Ham able to come back with the cut down. Here comes Kenny Cudney in that number 25 as Ham's going to slide up the track. Here comes Devin. Tried to get the rotation. Might have got a little too much there. Maybe some contact from behind as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, it was Cudney lost a ton of spots there. Might have made the contact with Devin as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Devin really putting the pressure on the 45 as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Yeah, I get it though. How about this Roundtree with a big slider? Roundtree going to throw a massive slider there, back and forth. Who is back and forth? Sorry, Brundage to the big slider. Roundtree on Roundtree. Roundtree going to come back. Brundage back up. Here comes Roundtree back down low. Roundtree with a big, yeah. I didn't see that, but I assume that there was some contact there. There was definitely a big stack up between Devin and Nick Ham there as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes Devin back up underneath Ham. Devin going to slide it up into turn number 1 and 2. Has to back out of it. Ham going to get the run. Couldn't throw the slider. Ward was filling that gap as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Great race behind him between Roundtree and Brundage. How about Brundage up to the number 5 spot? That is 9 positions. Randy Johnston's up in the top 10 now too as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Randy Johnston. He wants a piece of the action as we got that big battle for second. Man, great racing on the track. Kind of hard to figure out what I want to watch as Brundage going to throw a big slider. Roundtree comes back with the cut down. Here comes Nick Ham. Nick Ham's going to lick the stamp and send it into turn number 3 and 4. So does Roundtree as they come out of turn number 4. Sliders from third on back are absolutely epic as they head into 1 and 2. Well, that's because these guys are doing nothing but throwing haymakers. But yeah, he is ripping. He is 3 tenths faster than everybody from third on back as Brundage gets into the wall. That's going to check up Randy Johnson. Randy's going to lose a little bit of that momentum he had been gaining in that number 5 as here comes Barnhart rolling the bottom in that number 34. And Jacob Fields is making his way up through the field as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Oh my God, I thought Brundage was going to kill Roundtree as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Devin Hauer up underneath Ham. Wants to slide. It's not there as they come out of turn number 4. 37 laps complete, 13 to go as they head into 1 and 2. This battle from third on back is absolutely amazing as they get single file back up here. Here comes Brundage. He sends it in out of nowhere. Going to slide all the way up to the back of that number 2 of Roundtree. Down into turn number 1 and 2. We got people running all kinds of different lanes here. This is definitely interesting to see where they put themselves as it looks like Nick Ham might have some speed and is closing in on the number 32 of Damian Ward. Could this battle for third turn into the battle for second as they head through turn number 1 and 2? Nick Ham definitely gained some ground as they're 2 and 3 wide behind them down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 10 laps to go as they come across the line. Are they 4, 5, 6 wide? They're definitely 4 wide out of turn number 2. Contact heading into turn number 4. Contact heading into turn number 1 and 2. I don't know how they just survived as Randy's going to park it on the nose of Barnhart as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Trevin Lane in the 07 as the top. Those front guys are going to keep it single file down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Johnson going to get back into the high side, start digging as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. How about Schaefer? Schaefer almost didn't make the feature. He's up here battling for these spots too. Durgan is him. What's up, Mail? What's up, Mail? 3 seconds in front of the field is the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Damian Ward back here as the battle for third is definitely starting to pick up again. Here comes Devin Howard in that number 316. Devin going to go to the bottom and turn number 1 and 2. Not able to get the drive off. Has to fall back in line. Roundtree just behind. Durgan missed a good race, right? I'm going to tell him that when he jumps in here for sure. Down into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be 6 laps to go. Randy back here throwing some haymakers for the number 6 spot as they're 3 wide down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Lane's going to take it as we got contact between Roundtree and Devin Howard on in turn number 4. Heard a bye bad out in the chat, but Devin going to go back to work, try to close the gap on the 45 JR of Nicholas Ham. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 4 laps to go as they come across the line, this time by Big Wreck. Big Wreck happening in the back of the pack. Somehow they all kept it straight. I don't know what was going on back. Oh, we're wrecking. We are wrecking for real into turn number 1 and 2. No caution flag. No caution flag as they're almost 3 wide for third. Oh, this battle's definitely starting to pick up with 3 laps to go, and the battle behind him is absolutely wild, too. Slide job by Johnston, cut down by Trevin. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 2 laps to go at the line. 2 laps to go. Durgan does not want to see that caution flag. Will they keep it green? Roundtree going to throw it in, slides it, threads the needle. Here comes the cut down out of Howard. I don't know what they're selling out there, but they're definitely threading the needle through turn number 3 and 4. And it's going to be Caleb Durgan. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Caleb Durgan leading the field by 1.5 mile track as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Battle's going to be for third. Here comes Devin. Down low. Or sorry, Roundtree down low. Makes contact with Howard. Puts him in the wall. Takes away the number 4 spot. It's going to be Durgan. Ward, Ham, Roundtree, Howard. Trevin Lane, Johnston, Barnhart, Schaefer, and Brundage, your top 10. All right, let's go through these results. If it works. Why are my results not coming up? Huh. I guess SDK is not. That was a great race for sure. SDK is not working right, so we're going to go ahead and pull those results back up on the side. Going to be Durgan with the win. Ward in second. Nicholas Ham in third. Going to be Roundtree in fourth. Devin Howard in fifth. Trevin Lane in sixth. Randy Johnston in that number 7 spot. Brandon Barnhart in eighth. Matt Schaefer in ninth. Brundage going to be in that number 10 spot. Matthews in 11th. Fields in 12th. Going to be Langley in 13th. Boniface 14th. Cudney 15th. Tyson Banks 16th. T. Clem 17th. And Gab Sheehan in that number 18 spot. We're going to go ahead and question why that's not working, I guess. Oh, well, let's go ahead and bring in our top 3 as if they are in here. And I'm going to go ahead and we'll see if Damian Ward shows up. But Nick Ham, man, what a run out of that 45 JR. Man, that thing was ripping. But you had a hell of a battle with Devin.
Yeah, I was just trying to buy my time and get around him as quick as I could because try and run down Damien and maybe have a shot at Caleb. But the green and checker there kind of hurt us in the long run. Just lacking a little bit of center off. So go back to the drawing board and see what we can figure out for the next couple of races. But yeah, we had a good run.
So you did look like you had the speed to catch Damien, but those slide jobs definitely slowing you down a little bit. Do you think you had anything for Durgan if you guys had gotten a light caution?
Maybe if I change the spacer, but when with how the car is right now, I don't really think I could contend. I mean, I did try the bottom late and it was good, but these guys they have so much momentum that you're just gonna give up a spot if you start trying new things. So, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. See if we can get a little more speed out of this thing, but yeah, it feels good to be back.
A great race for you. Any friends, family, sponsors you want to give a shout out to? And Ethan said you were slow.
Ethan slept through opener. Yeah, I gotta thank RJM for bringing me back. They've given me an amazing opportunity. D'Angelo's Contracting Services, ForgeGate Towing, High Pressure Washing and Painting, Excavation Tech, BFP Specialty, Fast 4 Racing Trucks, HRE, WizFab, just everybody on board this 45JR that makes this deal possible.
Well, great run. I guess Ward thinks he's too good to talk to me now. Makes me sad.
He's probably butthurt.
Good run for you, Durgan. You look like you were struggling a little bit in the heat, and then it took a little bit to get in a groove in the feature. That bottom side was digging for you earlier. Definitely helped you get some spots early on in that feature.
Yeah, I don't know. We were pretty bad in the heat race, so I got pretty mad at myself, and then just dialed it in for the feature, and then just, I don't know, kind of just went out and did it to him. I don't know. I got to Damien by like lap 15 or something, and I don't know. He looked really loose in front of me, so I knew as soon as I got by him, it was just gonna be barbecue chicken from there. I don't know. I didn't really think anyone in this race had a shot at the 17 after I got by Damien, but I don't know. Anyone can think what they want.
You're always really good here at Charlotte. It always shows you come in late and drive away from the field. It happens season after season, I should say.
Every season, every race, it doesn't matter.
What's it going to take to stop Caleb Durgan?
I don't know. Either someone to wreck me or I don't know. Where do we go next week?
I don't know. I have to look.
I don't know, but there's probably a track or two where Ethan Bill or Fairbury. So yeah, we go to Fairbury next week, so that'll probably be the end of the Caleb Durgan streak. But we go to USA Weed Sport Williams Grove, so we'll probably win them 3 by a few seconds too.
Williams Grove, you're definitely good at. Weed Sport, you might get the inside wall.
Yeah, the inside wall comes up fast there, just like the U tires.
No, he'll probably just drive through. He'll probably just drive through somebody's left rear quarter panel to get the lead.
I know how to beat Nick Ham at Volusia. I'll tell you about that one later. No kidding.
May I ask who I drove through to get the lead?
Me in the XLR race, but there's a common trend going around. You take the mirror away, and suddenly guys that dominate aren't as good as what they think they are. So that's my piece.
That makes a lot of sense after I. Okay. You know what? James,
all right, Durgan. Good run. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors? I gotta give the guy late for dinner a couple shouts too after you.
Everyone on this rig. Yeah, I don't know. What is this? 5 for 5 now, or 4 for 4? It's either 4 or 5 in a row. I don't know. It's one of the two. I've won too many to count. So I don't know. I think everyone else should go back to the drawing board, and I'm going to go to victory lane and celebrate.
That's 3 in a row.
No, that is not 3. Well, technically, we count this season, but I won the 2 last season too.
Okay. They're saying it's week 3.
Because
it's week 3.
Technically, Ryan Conrad counted his past season too. So I'm on the Ryan Conrad streak. I'm coming after Ryan Conrad. I'm going to go until I get wrecked.
All right. Good run. Good win. Damian Ward.
Yeah.
Man, you had Nick gaining a little bit of speed there and then battling out with Devin. How happy were you with that Devin was there sitting in that 4 spot really racing Nick Ham?
I didn't really see what was going on behind me. I don't ever watch in my mirror. Unless I'm throwing a slide, I don't really look up there. None of my business what they're doing. I don't know. I spent more time focused on trying to catch Caleb than really what was going on behind me. Hand said though that they were putting on a really good race, so I mean, good for them. Maybe we'll get Caleb one of these weeks. I'm gonna have to make a phone call or some shit.
It is. Charlotte is probably one of those tracks that it's just hard. Durgan's there. It's going to be hard to beat them, but you have a lot of tracks that you really compete hard with them. What's it going to take for you to actually get that speed? I mean, to get somebody to knock Durgan off the top at Charlotte, because he has been pretty dominant there the last few seasons.
I don't know, maybe a little bit more time on the sim. I stepped away. I literally run this race in the 9 o'clock, and that's about it. Maybe I should start practicing a little more, but I don't have the time for it. Finishing second to him isn't a bad thing at all. Definitely not at all. We've been top 5 every opener, so I can't complain.
And consistency is what it takes.
Yeah.
Great run here tonight, Damian. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I gotta thank Randy. Randy's definitely got us hooked up. putting out sets that are fast every week, whether I can drive them or I can't. They're always quick. I gotta thank all the guys over in the RJM Discord. I know LaFon and Ray were out there cheering for us. Hope to see you guys back on soon. All the family watch, and Caleb running such a fun race for the couple laps that we were near each other. I wish he would have let me slide him a couple more times. At least put on a show. Yeah, you for putting on the stream, and the old lady for letting me get on tonight.
Well, good run. It sounds like you're tired and you're probably going to run one more. So good luck with that one, and have a good night. And yeah, you guys definitely got the team stacking up over there at RGM.
Oh yeah, got a couple more people coming soon.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out.
You
Thank you, Nick.
One,
I love you still.
Love you.
Right,
Love you.
have a good one, guys. Appreciate you. All right, so we're getting ready for tonight's World Outlaws at Charlotte. We didn't have to go far. Still at Charlotte right now. Lingron out there with the quick time, but Chase Barbara going to go to the top of the charts here in the number 23 machine. So Chase Barber going to go out there with quick time. We got Knox Lumley out there. He's going to go ahead and spin around. Nathan Waddell, he has been showing a lot of speed in these openers in that number 5 machine. Yeah, it is going to be fun, Kenny. It is definitely going to be fun. Did you go do some laps? As Nathan Waddell going to come across the line. Let's see what kind of lap time he puts down. Oh, he might have thrown away his first lap. Let's see what he does here. As Blake Majula is going to be second quick on the board. Here comes Nathan Waddell out of turn number 4. Comes across the line. He's going to go fourth quick with a 14.633. Let's see. We got 26 cars for 18 spots here tonight, guys. That means we're going to be sending 8 drivers home here tonight as Ethan Johnson goes third quick in the number 11. Looks like Braden Donaldson, the only one that has not put a lap time down. Is he in the session? He is not in here. Oh, that might hurt him a bit. We'll see if he gets out here in time for a heat race, as that is going to be the end of qualifying. Lucky for him, he's going to be in heat race number 2. Let's get ready for heat race number 1. Yes, it's going to be the dirt set. It will be fixed set, dirt set, and the session opens up at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a 20-minute practice. If we get 24 in there quick, which is the max, I might cut it a little bit short and get us racing early. All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight, it is going to be Chase Barbara. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Ethan Johnson. Starting inside, row number 2 here tonight in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Nathan Waddell. Outside of him in the number 1, it's going to be Joey Pasta Lingron. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be JC Floyd. Outside of him in the number 87, it's going to be Daniel Elkins. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be the number 8, I believe, of Colton Jordan. Outside of him in the number 45, it's going to be Jared Jones. Starting inside, row number 5 in the number 46 machine, it's going to be Matt Selby. Outside of him in the number 21, it's going to be Danny Miles. Then it's going to be Blanklin Whitley. Starting inside, row number 6, Tyson Banks outside of him. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be the 79 of Cray Wheeler. 13 cars. I haven't decided the track car combo yet for Thursday. I usually don't pick it until sometime during Thursday. Depends on how I'm feeling. All right, I guess Chase is in the number 1 car now. What's that say? Dirt Panda, BHE. Cocky Floyd Consulting. Oh my God. Prestige Masonry. All right, we are looking for the green flag this time by as they come down the back straightaway. I had to take a good look at your car, Chase. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, when is Chase going to fire them off? Green flag is out. Chase Barber going to get on the gas out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. He leads Ethan Johnson to play with the field as Waddell tried to ship it in there. He's got to back out of it as Johnson going to get the run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's side by side for that number 4 spot. It is going to be Lingron in the 4th position. J.C. Floyd just behind him. They're going to get single file for the top 5. Now the battles for 6 between Colton Jordan and Daniel Elkins. Field getting single file as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Right now it is Daniel Elkins in the number 87 in that final transfer spot. Colton Jordan going to catch the wall. He's going to fall back to 7th. Here comes Selby in the 46. Selby going to go down low in turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track, gets back in line, smacks the wall down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Jared Jones in the 45. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Most of the field single file. We got a battle for second, though, as Waddell looking up underneath Johnson. Can't make the move. He's going to get back in line as they head into 1 and 2. Waddell in that number 5 machine trying to pick up the pace and close in and get into that number 2 spot. That is 2 spots if he gets back around, if he can get around Ethan Johnson as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Track position is going to be absolutely massive here tonight because it is going to be a hornet's nest back in the pack. Right now, Colton Jordan comfortably in that final transfer spot as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. We got one go to the bottom. It's going to be Langron as he shoves it all the way down to the tires. Can't make it work. He's going to slide it into turn number 3 and 4. Lingron trying to get that bottom side to work. He knows if he just follows in line, it's not going to work. Waddell goes down low in turn number 1 and 2. No slide job there as the leaders are nose to tail into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag, checkered flag, whatever flag it is. Checkered flag is out as Barbara takes the win. Johnson second, Waddell, Lingron, Floyd, Elkins, Jordan, and that is it. Going to the feature, Selby, Jones, Whitley, Miles, Wheeler, and Bank all going to the Consi. Tempers after heat race number 1. We're going to get ready for heat race number 2. Let's go ahead and pull up the starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the 127 of Blake Majulis. Outside of him in the number 444, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Evan Chantel. Outside Channel, I called him Chantel. My bad. Outside of him, it's going to be Knox Lumley. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Carson Jenkins. Outside of him, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Caden Reynolds. Outside of him, it's going to be Mason Cassidy. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight, it's going to be Chase Copeland with Jacob Fields to his outside. Then starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Jesse Newsom with Brandon Barnhart to his outside. And it does look like Braden Donaldson is going to make tonight's heat race number 2 as he does get gridded up. And he is going to round out the field here tonight in that number 13 spot. 8 laps here as they come out of turn number 4. They're going to get the one to go at the line looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Blake Majulis and Derek Dryman going to bring them to the green flag. Uh-oh, apparently I'm having some internet malfunctions. Hopefully that fixes itself here in a second. Sorry about the frame drops, guys. Sorry about that. Don't know what happened. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Going to be Blake Majulis leading the way. Derek Dryman in second. Knox Lumley third. They're going to go single file top 4 as the battle's going to be for 5th. As Hayden Tolson and Carson Jenkins going to beat doors out of turn 4. Wow! Jenkins going to park it on Tolson's nose. Tolson back with the cut down. Majulis trying to drive away from Dryman as we got contact between Tolson and Jenkins. Jenkins in the wall. Big wreck into 3 and 4. Tolson, Jenkins, and Reynolds all getting caught up in that. No caution flags. They're going to keep it green. Let's take a look and see what happened here. We'll jump back to the live action. They just ran out of space. He just turned right to make sure he killed Tolson. He just turned right. He said, fuck you. Turn right. All right, back up to the front. It is going to be Blake Majulis leading the way. Derek Dryman second. Lumley, Evan, Cassidy, Copeland, and Newsom, your top 7. Newsom, the last car in that number 11 machine. Here comes Donaldson. He's going to slide Jacob Fields for the 8 spot. Fields going to cut back down low as we got contact for the number 6 spot. As here comes Copeland, slides up in front of Newsom. Newsom going to come back out of turn number 2, drives into turn number 3 and 4, slides up the track. What a battle for 6 as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Majulis is driven away from the field. Battle's going to be for second on back as Lumley and Derek are going to shoot it out. Lumley with a big slide, cut down by Dryman. White flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Dryman going to come up with a slide in turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Lumley down low, down the back straightaway. Dryman going to catch the ball down into turn number 3 and 4. Lumley going to slide up the track. Here comes Dryman fighting back. It's going to be Majulis, Lumley, Dryman, Channel, Cassidy, Newsom, and Copeland. And going to tonight's feature, Donaldson, Fields, Barnhart, Tolson, Reynolds, and Jenkins going to the LCQ. The LCQ is going to be absolutely flutz. Fucking nuts. 12 cars, 4 spots. All drivers capable of winning a main. We're going to go through tonight's starting lineup. This might be the best race of the night right here. Or the worst. We'll find out. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 46 machine, it's going to be Matt Selby. Outside of him in the number 79. I believe it. No, he's not the 79. What number is he? I forget what number he is. It's going to be Braden Donaldson. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be Jared Jones. Outside of him in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Blanklin Whitley. Outside of him, it's going to be Brandon Barnhart. Then starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Danny Miles. Outside of him, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Cray Wheeler. Outside of him, it's going to be Carson Jenkins. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 747, he's going to be starting inside row number 6. It's going to be Tyson Banks with Caden Reynolds to his outside. Top 4 transfer through. Everybody else is going to be packing it up, going home here tonight. We are sending 8 drivers home tonight after the LCQ. Full field here tonight for the World Outlaw Late Model Opener. Looking for one to go at the line. Make sure you wave it to your favorite. This might be the last time you see him here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. Going to be white flag, 1 lap to go before we do 10 laps of chaos in the LCQ. We know we got a little bit of beefing going back in the pack. Definitely Tolson and Jenkins not happy with each other. We're going to see if that transfers over here into the LCQ as they are nose to tail up in that top lane. Who's it going to be here tonight? Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Big jump by Matt Selby. Battle's going to be for second on back as here comes Jared Jones trying to slide up that track. Donaldson going to get a run on the high side, down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Oh, Donaldson's going to get tight, pushes up the track. Now he has to battle for the transfer spot as he's got Fields to his outside. Whitley made it into a transfer spot as they come out of turn number 2. Here comes Fields in that 007. He's going to slide into turn number 3 and 4, working that bottom side. Can he work it to a... Oh, Donaldson into the back of the 007 as we have Danny Miles getting that inside tire. Danny able to hold on to it as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Slide job by Donaldson. He's going to slide into that 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Tolson in the 327. Fields going to keep the number 5 spot. 1 spot out of a transfer spot as these guys try to pull away from the field. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Oh, a little bit of blinking there as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. Tolson has some speed in the 327, trying to find his way around Jacob Fields as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Oh, big slide. I'll tell you what a move, but he's going to disappear. Oh my God, that is absolute chaos. That screwed Fields as Carson is blinking out in that number 21, I think it is. Or 62. Oh my God. Ooh, he's going to kill somebody. Oh, where was he going with that? Carson Jenkins, I think it is, absolutely sent it up in there. Almost killed the field as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to have the number 3 spot looking for Selby as Jared Jones has taken the lead away from him. Here comes Tolson. Tolson up to the number 3 spot into turn number 1 and 2. Or looking for it. He's going to be in 4th. Down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Tolson. Tolson thinks about sliding it up. It's not there. Out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Donaldson. Donaldson gives him the door into turn number 1 and 2. More contact. Here comes the 11. Down up underneath into turn number 3 and 4. Donaldson going to get the worst of that one as Whitley's going to slide his way into that number 5 spot. Right now, Tolson is on the bubble. Jenkins trying to move his way. Big wreck at the back of the pack. They just took each other out into turn number 1 and 2. That was stupid. Checkered flag is out. Going to be Jones, Selby, Jenkins, and Tolson going into the feature here tonight. We're going to go take a look and see what just happened there. What happened here? Oh, oh my God, what was he doing? He just absolutely killed Jacob Fields for something that didn't even matter. A position that didn't matter. Wow. Okay. That was rough. But we are going to get into tonight's feature. Let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup as they get out on the track here tonight. It is going to be 50 laps here for the super late models. After this, we're going to do the ARCA cars. That session does open up at 9:30 if you guys want to run, and that will be followed by the UMP modifieds to close out the night. Let's go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Chase Barbara. Outside of him in the 127, it's going to be Blake Majulis. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 11, it's going to be Ethan Johnson. Outside of him, it's going to be Knox Lumley. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 5 machine, former pro driver, it's going to be Nathan Waddell. Did he keep the pro license? I don't even know if he did. He did not. Outside of him, in the number 444, it's going to be Derek Dryman. Starting inside of row number 4 in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Joey Lingron. Outside of him, it's going to be Evan Channel. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be Jason Floyd. Outside of him, Mason Cassidy. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 87 machine, it's going to be Daniel Elkins. Outside of him, it's going to be Jesse Newsom. And then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, it's going to be Colton Jordan starting in that number 13 spot. Chase Copeland 14th. Jared Jones in 15th. Matt Selby 16th. Carson Jenkins in the number 17 spot, and Hayden Tolson rounding out the field here tonight as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Chase going to easily jump out to a lead as Ethan Johnson takes the number 2 spot down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Majula is going to lose a spot up on that high side as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Definitely getting a little tight in the back of the pack as they head through turn number 1 and 2. All right, we got a little bit of what are you doing back here? Not sure what's going on as these guys beating and banging at the back of the pack as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battle's going to be, probably a Lingron on back, maybe just behind him. Here comes Lingron looking up underneath Waddell in 3 and 4. That bottom side is definitely not the spot to be, I think, right now. I don't know. Ethan Johnson going to work the bottom in turn number 1 and 2, but Barbara's going to keep that lead down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. How many different lines are we seeing these guys run? That is the one thing about Charlotte. It is so versatile. It shows so good on stream. As here comes Ethan Johnson digging down low up underneath Barbara. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, going to be Barbara at the line as Johnson digging down low, keeps it down low in 1 and 2. Oh, great run through 1 and 2 down on the bottom. He's trying to prove me wrong as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to have the lead this time by? I think it might. Oh, he had a bobble as Barbara's going to keep it that time by. Johnson definitely had the momentum down on the bottom side, but loses it with that bobble as Barbara's going to keep the lead down into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to try it again. Let's see if Johnson can get a better run this time. No, he's got to get back in line. Johnson out there with the trimmer on the front nose of that number 11 machine, cutting the grass down close to the tires as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. He's got to get back in line. Good battle right here as JC Floyd looking up underneath Dryman. Dryman going to dig into turn number 3 and 4, but Floyd going to have a good shove into 3 and 4. That is the battle on the track, but they're going to get single file down into 1 and 2. So things pretty calm right now for now as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle just ahead of this one. Lumley closing the gap on Lingron as we got our nose to tail for a second as Blake Majulis has caught Ethan Johnson in 1 and 2. Oh, this is going to be the battle to watch as Nathan Waddell just behind him. Top 4, single file, all really close. Let's take a look at these lap times as they come by this time by. Look how close they are. Barbara, definitely the slowest one in that top 4. Still wasn't by a lot, but he was definitely the slowest one. Everybody else a lot closer as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Lingron with a little bit of speed. Let's see if he is able to close the gap on that top 4 as they come down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Majulis looking up underneath Johnson into turn number 1 and 2. Almost taking it 3 wide. They might take it 3 wide as Johnson trying to play a little defense and move his way forward as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They are to the back bumper of Barbara as they come across the line. 14 laps complete. Let's take a look at what Nathan Waddell has to look at. He's got one hell of a view of what's going on in front of him. Well, that was probably the worst place I could have done. We're going to take a look at that as here comes Majulis down low. He's going to slide into turn number 1 and 2, cut down by Johnson. Johnson going to cut back down as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Waddell. Waddell has to back way out of it. They got plenty of room behind him as Majulis back with the cut down on Johnson. Here comes Waddell trying to stick his nose in there. Can't quite get there as they come out of turn number 2. Looks like Majulis has to fall back in line. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nose to tail as they come out of turn number 4. Let's take a look. Lumley definitely starting to pick up the pace here in that number 5 spot. He has made his way around Lingron. Lingron might have been holding him up a little bit as Lumley is definitely catching that top 4 as they head into 1 and 2. Let's take a look at those lap times that time by. Lingron was actually the fastest one that time by. Back up to the front. It is going to be Chase Barbara leading the way. Ethan Johnson in second. Majula's going to grab the wall. That's going to open the door for Waddell. Waddell going to back out of it. Now he's going to shove it back up underneath into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Lumley just behind him. So Majulis makes a little bit of a mistake there, loses that top pack. That allows Ethan Johnson to put the pressure on Barbara. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job out of turn 4. Can Barbara cut up underneath him? He's going to ship it into 1 and 2. Sends it into turn number 1 and 2. Easy cut down by Johnson out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Takes that lead back through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Barbara back down low out of turn 4. It is going to be Johnson at the line that time by. Surprisingly, the field keeping it together right now as we are 22 laps into this one. Will they take it green the whole way? Well, I'll tell you what, not doing that as Dryman absolutely parked it on Jordan as Elkin's going to throw the slide as they head into turn number 1 and 2. What a battle back here for that number 7 spot. 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Floyd. Oh my God, down the front straightaway. Contact between Elkins and Dryman. Dryman going to dig it down low. Here comes Elkins back up on the high side. They're all following Floyd into turn number 3 and 4. Out front, Johnson continues to lead the way. Dryman trying to get that bottom side to work. He can't make it back up to the top. Contact between Elkins and Floyd. Elkins going to lose a ton of spot. Floyd's going to pull away from this battle a little bit as they come out of turn 4. Big contact further back. Big contact further back. No caution flag. Back up to the front. Ethan Johnson pulling away from the field. Chase Barbara in second. Majulis third as Waddell sits in that number 4 spot. So pretty quiet up there. We're going to go back to this battle. This really seems to be where the action's happening. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Floyd leading this group through turn number 3 and 4. He is in that number 7 spot. Dryman going to take the 8 position back. Now he's going to go back to the bottom. Elkins digging that outside down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Dryman slides up the track, now tries to go back to work on Floyd. I'm keeping an eye on these battles back up here as Majula's going to grab the wall again. Waddell looking for a way around as they head into 1 and 2. Waddell's got to be worrying about that sense of urgency as Majulis gets in the wall. He's going to jump into the number 3 spot. Here comes Lumley. He comes to take an advantage as they come out of turn number 4. Lumley slides up. Majulis back with the cut down out of turn 4. Majulis making some mistakes here in that 1-2-7, getting that wall in 1 and 2. It has cost them quite a bit as these guys have lost the top 2 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Waddell has broken away. Can he reel in the top 2? This still going on back here. Here comes Dryman down low. Dryman has the bottom side digging. He gets a great run out of turn number 2, down into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 33 laps complete as these guys come across the line. 17 laps to go. 17 laps to go. Dryman has that bottom side working. Did he find a little something? Let's take a look at his lap time compared to the leaders. It is definitely slower as they come across the line. Let's see what he looks like this time by. Yeah, he's not horrible. As Johnson continues to pull away, he might be the quickest car on the track. Chase Barbara sitting second. Nathan Waddell in third. Has pulled away from Majulis and Lumley. So Waddell looking for a podium here tonight. Definitely a great run for him as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 14 laps to go. 14 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Ethan Johnson out front, leading the way. Chase Barbara in second. Nathan Waddell, Blake Majulis, Knox Lumley, your top 5. And I'll tell you what, Pasta Lingron is right there just behind these guys. Don't count him out for a top 5 as they come through 1 and 2. Things have quieted down a bit through the field. A lot of racing back here in the back, but right now everybody just kind of rolling around, mostly single file. Couple little battles here and there, but keeping it clean. A green flag run all night long so far here tonight, as we are going to be 39 laps complete. There is one driver on the track I know is not looking for a caution flag. It is going to be the number 11 of Ethan Johnson. Lap traffic up ahead, but right now it looks like he's got plenty of room with 10 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Chase Barbara having a phenomenal run, sitting in second. Waddell out in that number 3 spot. Looking through the field, this might be the battle on the track. It is between Elkins and Colton Jordan. Here comes Tolson. Tolson looking to make it a 3-car battle, and 3 wide across the line into 1 and 2. Jordan going to throw the slide. Elkins going to cut up underneath. Here comes Hayden Tolson. Tolson going to take it from both of them as they head into turn number 3 and 4. 8 laps to go right now. Quiet up at the front. Let's see. We got a battle here between these guys not really doing a lot. We're going to go back to this battle as Tolson is on the move in that 327 as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Elkins. Elkins down low on Jordan. Side by side into turn number 3 and 4. These guys have been battling for quite a bit back here. Elkins has had his hands full as they come out of turn number 4. They hit at the line, able to keep it straight as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Jenkins down low, 3 wide. 3 wide out of turn number 2. 3 wide. Jenkins going to ship it into turn at number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Double cut down. They're still 3 wide as they come across the line. All touch into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. What a battle here tonight as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 4 laps to go as they come across the line. I'll tell you what, Colton Jordan is just absolutely sitting on the door of Elkins. Elkins going to push him up the track. Here comes Jordan back down low. Jordan going to think about sliding up the track as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Still quiet up at the front. Ethan Johnson enjoying the lead with 2 laps to go. We're going to have to go way back here to find the battle, as it looks like we got one in the wall out of turn number 4. That was Elkins, as Jordan and Elkins continue to duke it out with 2 laps to go. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be white flag, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they come across the line. We're going to keep an eye on this battle, but it is all Ethan Johnson out front. He's going to take the win. Barbara is going to come home second. Waddell in third. Blake Majulis. Oh, and Lumley crashing across the line was that Lumley? That was Lingron crashing across the line for 4th and 5th. Lumley 6th. Dryman, Floyd, Tolson, Jenkins, your top 10. Yeah, for some reason, that is my results is not working, so I'm just going to read down our board on the side. Johnson with the win. Chase Barbara in second. Nathan Waddell in third. Going to be Blake Majulis in that number 4 spot. Joey Lingron in 5th. Knox Lumley in 6th. Going to be Derek Dryman in that number 7 spot. J.C. Floyd in 8th. Hayden Tolson in 9th. Carson Jenkins going to sit in 10th. Colton Jordan in 11th. Daniel Elkins in 12th. Going to be Chase Copeland in 13th. Jesse Newsom 14th. Cassidy 15th. Evan Channel in 16th. Selby 17th. And Jared Jones in that number 18 spot. Man, we got 5 minutes to kill before before my thing opens up. We'll see if anybody jumps into the Discord. We know Waddell has it. I think Barbara's got it. I'm pretty sure Johnson has it. We'll see if one of these guys jump into the Discord here for an interview. It'll be good to have them. If not, we're going to get ready to jump into tonight's ARCA race going up here in just a few minutes. That should be going up here pretty quickly. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, so waiting for that server to go up, but what a race here tonight with these guys. We had that little bit of drama in the LCQ. They all seemed to work it out. A little bit of drama in the race, but everybody seemed to have a pretty good race in that feature. Everybody finishing that one. Some people not finishing where they wanted to, but everybody getting a finish in here tonight. 50 laps, no cautions. That is quite the feat at any track anymore. Let's see. We are going to go ahead and take a look at this while we got a couple of minutes. We are pulling up the ARCA series here in just a few minutes. We're going to go ahead and pull this up so you guys can take a look. So Landon Moody with the points lead here tonight, going into the ARCA race number 2. Ethan Bill second, Tyler Autry, Ty, and Michael Swank, your top 5. Farnes is going to be 6th, Damian Ward 7th, Ryan Gofamis 8th, Caleb Durgan and Jacob Fields are tied for that number 10 spot. Now, let's see. Let's go to results, just so you guys can get an idea of what these points look like. Here are the last race results. All right, just so you get an idea. So, if you make the feature, oh, Waddell is cool. Oh, Waddell, I just seen you. All right, so we'll go through this. I'll keep an eye on that. It is Moody with the lead. All right, so 60 points in the feature, no points in the consies. Heat races is where it's at. So qualifying, you get 5 points for getting the quick time. It is going to be 95 points. So we get show up points. 90 points if you run a heat race. You get 90 points. Then you got 95 for first, and it drops down to 5 until it gets to 90 points. That works for heat race 1 and 2. So there are lots of points out there to grab. Being there every week makes a huge difference because show-up points do pay a lot. 90 points just to show up. I want to make sure that those who show up each and every week do get the opportunity to take advantage of that loyalty. As we are going to get into that race. Is it up? Is it up? I actually put it up. I changed it to 2 minutes earlier. So we're going to go ahead and see if that is up. It is not available yet, but it will be up here in a minute. It'll probably open up right now. It is up. That server is up. Let's see. Let's go over here. We're going to go do this. We're going to go jump into that server. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, I seen it was just up. I am whooped already. I will tell you that. All right, this time I did spectate, so I'm not going to be taking up a spot. Last week I accidentally clicked register to race, although I would have loved to have raced it. So Lanier tonight in the ARCA Dirt Series, definitely going to be an interesting one here tonight. I have a feeling this one could be good if these guys are patient. That's the biggest thing. In these ARCA cars on dirt, you have to be very patient. Oh, man, it is stacking up already. I see Asher in there, Clint's in there, Eddie Farnes, Jacob Fields, Kenny, Landon Moody, Tommy Kohik, and Zach Lovelace already in there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars already up in the session. They're going to run a 20-minute practice. If it fills up, I might end that practice a little bit early. As we go ahead and jump up in there. This is definitely going to be an interesting one here tonight. Uh-oh, Clint's in there. They don't want the smoke. Clint Sheehan has showed up. Jacob Fields is in there. I don't think I said that already, did I? I think I might have. All right, so these guys out on the track. It looks like Lovelace out there struggling a little bit. It is crazy how patient you have to be with that pedal. We're going to go ahead and pull up the screen. Sorry. You got to be so patient. This is week number 2. Week number 2 for the ARCA Dirt Series. All right, so Lovelace is out there. Asher's out there. I do have a storm going on outside, guys, so if you lose me, you'll know why. I just heard some thunder. Noah Carter has showed up. Oh, boy. Let's see who else we got coming in here. So Noah Carter has showed up to come and play. I did not, for some reason, as my tick. I did not. Hold on, let me look. I don't see any comments over on the TikTok. But it looks like it might have froze up on me. I'm going to go ahead and refresh it. Oh, I see it. No, I see it. For some reason, it was stuck. Yeah, I know. I hit the thing out there and said, "Hey, I seen you," but it was too late. Landon actually let me know you were in there. Yeah, you can jump in. You deserve it. You've had some great runs. I got 20 minutes of practice here anyway. Jump in, Nathan. All right, so right now, these guys out on the track trying to get this thing figured out. Clint is struggling with it. Looks like Dale's going to show up. Tyler Autry has showed up. We're going to go ahead and pull in Waddell. I actually didn't know you were in there. It was because Moody told me, hey, Waddell's in the waiting room.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me hear. 1 second. I don't know why I can't hardly hear you.
Hey, that is weird not to be able to hear me because I am loud.
No, I can hear you. There we go. All right.
All right.
I'm here.
All right, man. What a race there. It looked like you were giving Blake a little bit of room. He was struggling on 1 and 2 there. And finally, you just had to find your way around him. Lumley had caught you guys. But, man, you've been fast each and every week here lately.
Yeah, I feel like I've stepped it up a little bit. I kind of you know, with the baby, I have less opportunities to run, so I'm kind of trying to make the most out of them now. So, but yeah, I felt good. Me and Blake were a little too tight to run the top as well as Ethan and Chase could. I felt better on the middle. So I think maybe if we were a tad bit freer, or maybe just something a little different with the setup, we could have hung with Ethan and Chase. Ethan was rolling. I mean, he was gone, but it just kind of surprised me to get around Blake like that. He was, for some reason, he was even tighter than me, but overall, still pretty good race. Happy to get third. Like you said, I have been kind of on a roll recently, and that feels good. Just kind of been I don't know, just doing it. You know what I mean?
You know, it kind of feels like you've been pulling out your inner Robbie here lately, finishing second
Robbie
to teammates.
Swan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, oh, Robbie. Yeah, no, I mean, it's never a bad thing to finish second to Blake.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think maybe a caution could have helped us there at the end. I don't know what the times were. If we were close to Ethan at the end on times, I think a caution could have shaken things up, but still third place finish, you know, always happy to run well, especially in that big of a field, and to beat Blake. I don't know how many times I've beaten Blake, but that one was kind of shocking to just kind of drive around him and then pull away from him. So good night. I'm overall pretty happy with it. And maybe, do you know where the opener is next week?
You know what? I should pay better attention, but I tend to do what everybody else does. And oh shoot, what's today's race?
Yeah. Well,
I do 2 kids on my own, so you can only imagine what I go through now that you have a kid.
Yeah. I could, well, yeah, 2, you're crazy. I mean, 1, I'm like, wow, but 2, you're absolutely nuts.
Looks like Lucas Oil.
Oh, Lucas Oil, yeah, I'll be there.
I love that track. That is probably that's got to be up there for one of my favorite tracks on iRacing. It's Lucas Oil. I think it's a super racy track, even as narrow as it is. A lot of times you get multiple lanes. You know, Charlotte always feels kind of like a free for all, and who can keep it the closest to wide open. Lucas Oil just brings out a lot of skill, in my opinion. And there's so many different lanes you can run, and it's just
Lucas
fun.
does take a lot of skill. Charlotte, we weren't in the heats, man. We were hammered down, but in the feature, it was definitely very technical and being smooth. At least on my part to go from 5th to 3rd, and I was definitely having to be pretty smooth in the feature there once it got slick. But Lucas is like a different level, dude. Like once it gets slick, you're definitely having to be, you know, babying that throttle, and especially if you're trying to run like right down near them tires, it's an animal. But looking forward to that. Hopefully we can have another good run. I should be doing pretty good on the points. I don't really keep up with the official standings, but I should be doing pretty good after these last 2 weeks or 3, however many I've had good runs in a row. But it's a good night, man.
Yeah, you got our 4th in points right now.
No way. How about that?
Yeah.
Looky there.
So Ethan's winning it, then Blake, then Jenkins, and then you. So some of those guys grind a lot more than you do too. So, well,
yeah, man, I'm getting this shit, man. Some of these guys are getting on, dude. They're running multiple races every night, dude. I run 1 race a week nowadays. Like, I'm just happy that I'm still able to compete, man. I'm 30, bro. I'm an unk. I'm dad. I'm washed, and I'm still keeping up with some of these young guns. So that feels good.
Well, who does our favorite former pro driver have to thank tonight?
Got to thank Majula C Speed Shop, CFM Performance, Knowles Race Parts and Bodies, Just Junk Motorsports, DKeef Speed, 511 Designs for the nice blue and pink color wrap that I got on right now. Y'all hit them up. Let's see. Thanks to my wife for letting me take about an hour out of the day to run. I appreciate her. And appreciate you for putting on these broadcasts, man. I always love going back and watching and watching the races that I'm not in. It's always a blast to be able to watch, and I appreciate what you do, man.
I appreciate it, and watch this ARCA. These ARCA cars are freaking great.
I'm gonna tune in.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Appreciate you. Good run tonight.
All right. Thank you, James.
Yeah.
All right, bye-bye.
Nathan Waddell with a phenomenal run in the Charlotte opener here tonight. Always good to have him in. Oh my God, Tyler's struggling a little bit as these guys are working in the track. We are 12 minutes into this one. We're going to let this one run through. Let's see. Do we got anybody else coming in? Looks like Dakota is not in there yet. Did he showed up at all? I don't know if he might have showed. Yeah, he showed up and left. Just a heads up, guys. I did take the warm up out. It may make. Oh my God, Landon just got killed. It may be. It may make you guys run the consi because Dakota came in and then left. We'll see what it does. But I did take the warm up out.
Getting wrecked by the 83 feels like old times.
Sorry, Landon. I think my brakes locked up or something.
He just said it felt off because the 83 usually comes before 84. All right, so these guys out here having a little bit of fun. I don't know. Can you sleep, Demon? Can you sleep? 87's at Dega. Am I going? Nah. I ran 87s at Dega last week, though. All right, so it does look like we have some people up in here. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. If we get one more person, we will be sending someone home here tonight. That could be interesting. These guys just have to be patient. They have to be patient. That is going to be the key here tonight. For those of you guys that haven't come out and ran these before, just you got to be patient with the throttle. That is the biggest key. Be patient with the throttle. Let's see who else we end up out here with some cars. As Landon Moody continues to lead the way, will we get anybody else? Farnes has made it back in here. Looks like we got one more coming in. It is the 51 of Caleb Kramer coming in to run with us. We got about 5 minutes left. We might see a little bit of a spurt. It is only 20 for the first 24 cars. How to turn? Yeah, there's a lot of turning right in these. Oh my God, no! He turned around. I don't know who that is. Who is in the 11? It is Aaron Davis. That thing is still running, no nose and all. There's something about the 11 with no nose that looks so familiar. I know it's not the right 11, but it definitely looks familiar. Oh, all right. So we are. All right. So these guys getting things figured out. 34 laps. Landon Moody has out here already. Asher with 36. Tommy Kohig is out here with 39, working on 40 laps here in practice. Lovelace with 38. You just got to be patient with the throttles, Lovelace. Patient with the throttle. Here, we're going to go talk to these guys. Lovelace, I know you're faster than that.
No, I'm not.
You guys got to be patient with the throttle.
I got to hold my wheel one-handed upside down. I'm not going to be fast in this.
what kind of wheel you running?
Like a GT car wheel. That's the only wheel I got.
Oh, no. We need to get you a round wheel.
It might help.
A round wheel would definitely help. Where's Clint? Clint is not the slowest. That's always a W.
He's not the slowest, but he's probably got the best paint scheme out of everybody.
And he's 2/10 faster than the car behind him. Oh, yeah, we're getting a preview of the throwbacks for tomorrow, huh?
Yep,
What you
all
think
three
about
of us.
mine?
Well, you need to pull back out so I can look at it. Come on. Come on, pull out. I know you got kids too, but you can still pull out. What's up, Gabriel? What's up? That is a sharp looking car. I'm not gonna lie. That is a very sharp looking car.
Did it for me.
Yeah,
What's
Zach
that?
did both of our cars.
Zach did it. Yeah, I got to do something for tomorrow too.
Oh,
You look.
Zach.
You see who's breathing down your neck though in times, right?
Who's that?
Asher.
Oh, I know. I'm watching.
All right, guys. What's up?
I don't know if that's a fluke lap or something, because this is like
Well, the track's
uncharted
changed a lot,
territory.
too.
Uh-oh, Fireball showed up.
Oh, Lord.
He actually, it was a lot of fun to watch last week.
Did he race with us last week?
I think it was last week or when he ran with us. I don't know. It might not have been last week.
Oh, in the ARCA Dirt.
Well, yeah, he actually was a lot of fun in the dirt race. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. One person, a couple of people are going home here tonight. Looks like we have 18 cars that are running, and let's see if anybody else. Oh, more people have signed up. Mason has signed up. Let's see who's. Remington James just signed up. Oh, this is gonna be a field.
Oh yeah.
Is that a full field? I think that's 24 cars right there. So I think we got a full field.
Signed up.
So what? 18 starts the feature, right?
16.
Oh, okay.
I
So
set it up
9
like the UMPs.
Oh, okay.
All right, have fun, guys. I'm going to jump back over to my end of the world.
Yep.
All right, guys, we are getting ready for some racing here tonight. Jumped in with Moody, Clint Sheehan, Zach Lovelace, and Asher. As those guys are putting the laps in, Farness out there putting some laps in. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be some good racing. Looks like this track has slicked out good here tonight. Remington James making an appearance. Remington, always fun to watch. As this track is definitely starting to slicken up a little bit. All right, who's ready for some racing here tonight? 30 seconds left of practice, and we're going to get into qualifying. You guys got 3 minutes and 3 laps for qualifying. 3 minutes, 3 laps. Go ahead and put it on race control. Looks like Aaron Davis decided to leave, so that's one less person that they have to... Aaron was quick, but he definitely knocked the nose off that thing. Mason out there on the track now in the 27. Oh, you got to be patient with the throttle, Mason. Patient with the throttle, as that is going to be the end of practice. We're going to get into qualifying here. We'll go ahead. I am. I know you are. What's up, user 634-2377-928817. Joining the show here tonight. Let's see. Remember, 3 laps, you guys. You got 3 laps, 3 minutes. Moody out on the track in the number 84. He is our points leader. So Landon Moody out there currently. Landon Moody, our points leader. Tyler Autry is second in points. We do get 3. Durgan is not racing, if that's who you're talking about. Durgan is not racing, Miles. Let's see what kind of lap that Landon Moody is going to pull down as he comes across the line. Moody going to come out there with a 15.745. So Landon Moody out here putting down a heater to start. Noah Carter going to come in second. We're going to go ahead and throw up best time. Asher is going to go in the number 2 spot with a 15.853. All right, so who else is out on the track? Jacob Fields out on the track in that 007. Ward did not make it, which I'm surprised. He sounded tired earlier. I'm not too surprised. He said he was going to run the 9 o'clock big block race. What's up, Wallace? What's up, buddy? Oh, Kramer. Is Kramer in here? Yeah, Kramer's in here. Yep. Jacob Fields going to go second. No, make it first with a 15.714. That is definitely something he needed. Jacob Fields going to the top of the charts. Caleb currently in that number 11 spot in the number 51 as he's going to come out of turn at number 4. They are ARCA cars, yes. They actually are really fun. Really fun on dirt. Let's see if Caleb is able to pick up the time any on lap number 3 as he comes out of turn number 4. He is going to keep it in that number 11 spot. Fireball out on the track. Got Nathan Johnson. Remington's up to the 14 spot. Nathan E. Johnson out on the track in the number 19. They got to be very, very patient with the throttle here, but these things definitely do. They definitely look like they belong. That's part of the reason why I decided to do that. I needed a filler between the Super and the UMP race. Nathan going to go 14th quick. Let's see if he's able to put down a quicker lap. He's got one more lap to go ahead and go out there and try and do it again. 20 cars have taken lap times. We didn't get a full server quite. We got 20 cars. All right, that is going to be the end of qualifying. We're going to get into tonight's heat race number 1. All right, I'm going to give them a quick... We'll go ahead and go through the field. It is going to be Jacob Fields starting on the pole here tonight in that 007. Outside of him, in the 21, it's going to be Eddie Farnes. Starting in that number 3 spot inside row number 2, it's going to be Asher Hansen with Noah Carter starting outside of him. What's up, Tyler? Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Tommy Kohig. Outside of him, it is going to be Air Blair. Starting inside row number 4, on the inside, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be Mason Gobick. Outside of him, Clint Sheehan. And then Aaron is not in the field. All right, guys, I just want to give you guys a reminder that if you have not been here, and if you have not been here before, all starts will be on leader. There are no caution flags. We're running this kind of like an official. Are no caution flags in the heat. Jacob, you can go anywhere in the middle of 3 and 4 on out. You can give the pace car plenty of room if you want. I'm unless you wreck somebody for a transfer spot, I'm probably going to be pretty lenient. Biggest thing here, guys, is chat. If you get mad at somebody, I don't care if you want to tell Mike up and tell them they're a fucking moron, but leave it at 1 and done. If you keep it going, I probably will remove you. You do get 90 show up points for making the heat. It's 95 points to win the heat, and 5 points down until it gets to 90. Quick time got 5 points, and then features points start at 60. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag's out as Field sends it down into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the track. Here comes Farnes down low in that number 21. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Farnes. Cut down by Fields as Asher is sideways for that number 3 spot. Here comes Noah Carter as Fields throws another slider on our leader. You didn't get any practice. I know, Remington. You'll be all right, though. Oh, we got a wreck at the back of the pack as these guys are trying to get turned around. Nope. Okay, so Air Blair definitely with a wreck there. We got lap traffic as Clint's going to roll the bottom out of turn number 2. Gets out the way as the battle for the lead continues to rage. Farnes with a great run here tonight in that number 21. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Eddie going to continue to lead with 3 laps to go. Top 6 transfer through. Right now, Lovelace in that final transfer spot. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Eddie's starting to pull away here as they come out of turn number 4. Big stack up as we got a race back here from about 4th on back. Kohig gonna take it as Lovelace puts the chrome horn on. Here comes Kenny up underneath Lovelace. This is the battle for the transfer spot. Lovelace gonna give it too much gas. Get sideways out of 4. Give the spot to Kenny with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. These guys trying to get it figured out. Can Lovelace find his way around the number 54? Back up to the front. There's still single file. Fields trying to find some speed. Oh, we got one way up to the top. That is going to be Noah Carter in that number 83 as he's got the 54 and the 00 trying to close the gap. 2 laps to go. We need to keep an eye on this transfer spot. Lovelace trying to race his way in. He's got to be aggressive here. He's got to really roll it through the corner and get on that throttle. Absolutely perfect as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Lovelace going to lose a ton of ground. Gets in the wall as they come out of turn number 4. Give the win to Farnes. Fields in second. Asher Hansen in third. Kohig, Carter, and Storkson making the feature. Remember, guys, there is a Consi. Top 6 did transfer through the heat. There's going to be top 4 from the Consi, taking a total of 16 into tonight's feature. All right, we're getting ready for heat race number 2 as they pull out on the grid. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the number 84 of Landon Moody. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Dale Farnes. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be Tyler Harris. Outside of him in the number 24, it's going to be Tyler Autry. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be the 36 of Remington James. Outside of him in the 51, it's going to be Caleb Kramer. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 19, it's going to be Nathan Johnson. Outside of him in the number 22, it's going to be Joshua Fireball Cobreth. Starting inside row number 5, it's going to be the 92 of Brandon Harris. Outside of him in the number 12, it's going to be Jacob Sturgill. It is stupid fun. They're almost made for dirt. I swear, they're amazing on dirt. All right, Landon going to lead the field here tonight out of turn number 4. Who's it going to be in heat race number 2? Dale Farnes going to look to try and make it an all Farnes front row for tonight's feature. When will Moody fire him off? Green flag is out as they come out of 4. All the 51 is around. 51 is around. I'm going to go ahead and clear black flags as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be 3 wide out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as Tyler Harris tries to dig the bottom side. Here comes Autry. He is second in points. He's trying to chase down the points leader. The real Dale. What's up, Wingnut? Out of turn number 2, slide job by Autry. Farnes going to take it back. Here comes Remington James as he makes contact with the 24 of Autry. Big contact there out of turn number 4. Autry going to lose some ground as we got lap traffic up ahead. They are bobbing and weaving through turn number 1 and 2. Honestly, the 12 did a good job doing what he could to stay out of the way. I ain't even mad. That made it interesting as it gets some single file out of turn number 4. 3 laps complete. Moody leads the way. Dale Farnes in second. Tyler Autry in third. Harris in fourth. Remington James in fifth. Fireball now in that number 6 spot. I'll tell you what, Jacob really starting to roll in that number 12. Oh, no. Fireball goes around. He's in the number 7 spot. Nowhere for Johnson to go. Fireball just got loose, went around as it looks like Harris going to make his way around as we move back up in the pack. The 12 definitely holding his own. He might be one to watch in the Consi. Moody out front leading the way as it looks like Jacob is going to go. Oh, no. Jacob just got really close to the pit road as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, Fireball into the 27. The 27 of Dale goes around. Dale going to get it back going the right way. He's going to be in that 6th and final transfer spot. That is unfortunate. Lap traffic definitely playing a role as Fireball removes himself as Moody's got the white flag. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Moody with the win here tonight. Autry in second. Harris, Remington James, Nathan Johnson, Dale Farnes going to transfer through. Harris, Kramer, and Jacob round out the field.
Good race, guys. Good job getting P2 there, Archers.
He had a little help. Fireball stepped on his dick.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
No, that was all skill.
All right, guys. Top 4 transfer through. Mason is gone, and so is Fireball. Just guys fill in where you got to go. Top 4 transfer. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the 00, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, it's going to be Brandon Harris. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be the number 69 of Clint Sheehan. Outside of him, it is going to be the 51 of Caleb Kramer. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 12, it's going to be Jacob Sturgill. We're going to go up here. All right, it is going to be... I'm doing both. I'm doing both right now, Raymond. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Go Harris, they say. I'll tell you what. Sturgill, after he got lapped, he looked pretty good. He might be one to watch here. He was keeping up with those guys after they got around him. He was making a couple little mistakes, but that 12 was definitely learning. He might be one to watch. Green flag is out as Lovelace gets on the gas. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Lovelace going to lead the way. Harris going to grab second. He's going to bring Kramer with him as Clint Sheehan falls back in that number 69 to 51 of Kramer in the wall down the back straightaway. Clint going to run through the slick. He's going to try to step on it as here comes Jacob to his outside out of turn number 4. Oh, no. They almost make contact. This is going to be a crazy battle for that transfer spot as Clint makes a big mistake in the 69. Oh, you shouldn't have reacted, Clint. Through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be all Lovelace out front. Brandon Harris in second. Caleb Kramer in third. Jacob in that 4th and final transfer spot as Clint is turned around out of turn number 4. Here comes Lovelace in that 00 machine. Wow. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Clint's going to roll the bottom in that number 69. Lovelace trying to figure out where to go. Caleb Kramer just behind him. Here comes Kramer. Kramer going to slide him into turn number 3 and 4 as Clint hammers the wall out of turn number 4. Here comes Harris and Jacob in the number 92 and 12. I'll tell you what, Jacob's got a little bit of speed. I think he's got the highest ceiling here of these guys in the back because he's definitely learning a lot here. A lot of improvement. Landon has... Riley says, go Lovelace. Landon has traction control. Lovelace continues to lead the way out of turn number 4. Going to be 4 more laps to go here in the LCQ as they come across the line into turn number 1 and 2. Kramer going to be second. Harris in third. Jacob in fourth through turn number 1 and 2. Clint's starting to do a little better here. Come on, Clint. 3 laps to go here in the LCQ. It's going to be interesting to see how this track progresses. I got a feeling this is going to be an interesting race for the feature here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Yeah, he's definitely starting to figure out what he's got to do with that throttle. He's keeping that thing nice and straight. Where did he go? No. No. Oh, no. He's packet dropping. He's packet dropping. No, Lovelace. Oh, no. That is unfortunate. Is he going to make it back? I don't think he is. Is Caleb Kramer going to take the win? Brandon in second, Jacob in third, and yeah, Lovelace blinked out and is going to finish in the number 4 spot here tonight. Oh, that sucks, Lovelace.
He still made it. Clint was a lap down. He's good.
That
Oh,
just sums up all my life I've had in the past year.
that was wild. All right, guys, it is 40 laps here tonight. You have no fast repairs, so take care of those cars. Be very patient here tonight. iRacing cautions are on. Try and have some fun, and start will be on Eddie. All right, guys, it is time for tonight's starting lineup here in the ARCA Dirt Series, week number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight at Lanier, it is going to be the 21 of Eddie Farnes. Outside of him, in the number 84, it's going to be Landon Moody. Starting inside row number 2 in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Outside of him, in the number 24, it's going to be Tyler Autry. Starting inside row number 3, it's going to be the number 4 of Asher Hansen. Outside of him, in the number 17, it's going to be Tyler Harris. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Tommy Kohig. Outside of him in the number 36, it's going to be Remington James. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 83 machine, it's going to be Noah Carter. Outside of him in the number 19, it's going to be Nathan Johnson. Starting inside row number 6 in the number 54, it's going to be Kenny Starkson. Outside of him in the 27, it's going to be Eddie Farnes. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight in the number 13 spot, it's going to be the 51 of Caleb Kramer, Brandon Harris in 14th, Jacob in 15th, and Zach Lovelace in that number 16 spot as they head into turn number 3. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they head into 1 and 2. Farnes going to spin the tires a little bit, allows Moody to hold strong. They're going to be 3 wide as Autry's down low, threads the needle. He's looking for second into turn number 3 and 4. Autry slides up the track. Asher into the inside wall. No caution as Asher got the inside wall. He's going to go down pit road. You can speed out. I'll clear it, Asher. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, going to be Farnes leading the way. Landon Moody in second. Tyler Autry in third. Great race for the number 2 spot as Fields tries to put pressure on Autry as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Asher trying to hold on to that to the lead lap as Farnes closes the gap into turn number 1 and 2. This battle for the lead is definitely starting to heat up as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Farnes going to jump up to the outside. Moody going to look down low. No, he's going to stay in line down the front straightaway. What will happen when they catch Asher as they are there in turn number 1 and 2? Caution flag comes out. I think the 92, is he going to just go around? Oh, yeah, he might have a broken. Oh, man, that is unfortunate. 92 goes around. Caution flag is out. All right, I'm going to have to do this. I got to reopen up my SDK. It's acting a little funky. All right, we are back live. As Farnes leads the way, Moody in second, Autry. No, we're just running it how iRacing tells you to go. What's up, Tyler? As they are looking for the green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Pace truck is in, looking for the green. Out of turn 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Looks like Jacob did not grid up. Neither did Harris. As they come out of turn, Harris is gone. So is Jacob as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Dale Farnes making moves on the bottom side out of turn 4. Oh, Remington going to blink a little bit there as Fields going to park it on Autry. Oh, he clips Moody a little bit. Here comes Remington taking it up the middle. Oh, he gets into Dale. Oh, no, Remington, don't kill him. Remington is throwing haymakers up here as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Autry going to get a little too sideways there as they come out of turn 2. They're going to be 4 wide down the back straightaway. 4 wide into turn number 3. A little bit of contact there. Oh, my God. You guys were 4 wide. How'd you hold it? Yeah, no problem. You don't owe me anything as we got one around. They're going to get it back straight out of turn number 2. Wow, somehow they keep it straight as they head into turn number 3 and 4. A little bit of give and take there as, Kohig has to get on the brakes as they are beating and banging at the back of the pack into turn number 1 and 2. Dale is making his way back up through the field in that number 27 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Top 2 driving away nose to tail. Landon Moody all over the back of that 21. Fields in the number 3 spot. Autry in third as these guys continue to make contact in turn. Oh, Remington in the wall down the back straightaway. Is he going to keep it straight? He does as they come out of turn number 4. Down out of turn number 2. Here comes Moody. Moody's looking for a little something. Eddie's going to get sideways. Oh, my God. I think Moody just saved you. Eddie, I think Moody just saved you, Eddie. Out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Eddie. Eddie with the haymaker. Oh, he slides it in. Gets on the brakes. Almost into the door of Moody. Oh, my God, this is getting good as they head through turn number 1 and 2. That allows Fields back up in the mixes. We got one going around. Big save out of Kenny. Kenny's in the top 6. What a run for him. Lovelace making his way up through the field, currently up into the number 10 spot. He started shotgun on the field here tonight in that 0 as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side. Oh, Remington is going to, or somebody's blinking out. That is Nathan in that number 19 as he blinked out down on the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Almost contact as Lovelace is going to hold on to it down into turn number 1 and 2. Farnes trying to find some speed almost into the back bumper of Moody out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. They're going to keep it single file for now. Farnes looking for any speed he can in that number 21. 15 laps complete here down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Kenny going to get the wall. That's going to move Kohig up into that number 6 spot. Kenny back to 7th. Still a great run as Carter tries to move his way up through the field in the 83. He's going to slide up in front of Kenny. Kenny gives him the bumper. Big save by Noah Carter. Our leader still knows the tail. Here comes Farnes into 1 and 2. He's going to throw the slider up the track. Cut down by Moody. Moody going to have a big cut down out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes Moody sliding up the track. Takes the lead back, but Farnes back with the cut down. Farnes might have the speed right now as they're side by side into 1 and 2. Farnes going to slide up the track. Cut down by Moody. Moody going to slide into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to trade sliders for a little bit here as we are almost halfway through the feature as Moody gives them the lane as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Moody wanted to slide up there, but it is not going to be there as they're still side by side down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Here comes the slide from Moody. Moody up the track. He's going to grab the lead out of turn number 4. Big run for Eddie. Eddie going to give him the bumper into turn number 1 and 2. Slides to the bottom. Side by side out of turn number 2. Big run for Moody down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. What a lead. Battle for the lead as they are halfway through, making 21 complete, this time by 19 laps to go. 19 laps to go. These guys putting a heater on up at the front. Wow. Moody held on to it. Eddie had to get out of it as they head into 3 and 4. Slide job by Farnes into 3 and 4. Cut down by Moody. You know, Fields might have the best view in the house right now, sitting in that number 3 spot, watching these two trading sliders, hoping they get together as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Eddie's going to toss it in there, up the track, grabs the cushion. Here comes Moody back down low. Moody's going to have the lead at the line that time by as they head into 1 and 2. Moody's going to hold it down low. He's looking for the slider in 3 and 4. Down the back straightaway. Big run by Farness into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Moody. Farness in the wall. He was trying to work the cut down. Moody going to go up there. Big bump by Farness into turn number 1 and 2. Moody going to play a little defense there through 1 and 2, but here comes Farness down the back straightaway. Oh, he grabs the wall. Down the back straightaway. That's going to take a lot of momentum as they come out of turn number 4. Moody continues the lead. I was going to say Jacob probably had the best view in the house. All right, let's see what happened to Noah Carter here. He's going to slide up. Oh, he just gets too much, and gets in the wall. Noah Carter going around here in that number 83. That was great racing up at the front. As Carter's going to roll down on pit road, we're going to go ahead and clear those blacks for him. All right, so it is 1 to go. It's going green this time. The nose hasn't really made much of a difference, by the way, Noah. Yeah, I was just letting you know. People have still been fast with no nose. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Moody's going to slide up the track. Here comes Farness with that momentum from the top side. He's going to drive up the outside, side by side into 3 and 4. Moody played that one perfect, able to throw the slide up into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Fields in the 007 trying to get some ground as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Right now it's the Moody show. Here comes Dale Farness in the 27, double slider in 1 and 2. Move Dale up into that number 3 spot, but here comes Autry. Autry going to slide up into turn number 3 and 4 as the leaders are back at it. Here comes Eddie. Farness down low, slides into turn number 1 and 2. Dale going to throw a slider there too as they're 3 wide. Kenny down on the bottom, down the back straightaway. I don't know what to watch. Here comes Moody up the track into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 28 laps complete. This is phenomenal racing. Eddie going to throw a big slide in 1 and 2. Cut down by Moody. Moody going to get the run out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. He's going to slide up the track. He didn't run a deep slider that time. That could be an advantage, maybe. But here comes Farness back down low in 1 and 2. Farness going to slide him in 1 and 2. Moody back with the cut down out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn at number 3. Moody back with the slide into 3 and 4. Up the track. It is going to be 30 laps complete. We got a wrecking in the back in turn number 3 and 4. Somehow there was no caution flag. Actually, kind of surprised they didn't throw a caution there. Great racing up at the front as Moody continues to lead. 9 laps to go. 9 laps to go. Here comes Farness to the outside. Farness going to try to get the run down the back straightaway. Moody leads it. Farness all over the back of him into turn number 3 and 4. The battle for third is epic as Kenny has a great run. Autry sideways gets into Kenny. Kenny into the outside wall. Again, I don't know how the caution. I had to throw the caution for that one. Oh, Lovelace got him hard. I don't know how that wasn't a... You bastard, you killed Kenny. You know, you tried to kill him and Lovelace finished him off with a T-bone. All right, so caution flag out on the track. This has been some great racing, though, tonight, guys. Tyler just got a little bit loose there coming out of the corner. You guys were 3 wide, and he just lost the back end in the slick. All right, we're going to go back. Green flag racing this time by Landon Moody leads the way. It is going to be a 7-lap shootout. Yeah, they are. They're amazing. They are freaking amazing. You are not wrong, Robert. We'll see how bad Kenny is here. He's definitely got a broken left front. We'll see if that makes a difference as the green flag is out of turn number 4. Eddie with a great anticipation on that start as they head into 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the track. Moody back with the cut down. Dale Farness in the number 3 spot. He's got to deal with Fields. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Moody going to slide up the track. Here comes Farness back underneath out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Here comes Moody back down low. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. It is going to be contact for the number 3 spot as Fields gets into Dale just a tick as they got a wreck. They're wrecking out of turn number 4. Caution flag comes out. All right, let's go take a look and see what happened to Kenny there. Sounds like him and Tyler might have gotten together again. He just gets a little too sideways, and then they just stack in. Oh, man. Big pile up there out of turn number 4. Caution flag comes out once again. His left front is pretty cooked. I think it's throwing him off on entry, and I know he slowed down a little bit there. He is definitely, it's not easy to drive. It's everywhere. It's at MDiTV now. Every channel, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok are all at MDiTV now. Actually, if you look in the description, I think the link to my Twitch is in the description on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so we get the caution flag here once again as Zach Lovelace and Asher Hansen down on pit road. Moody has the lead still as it is going to be a 4-lap shootout here. No, it's in the description over on YouTube. I put it in the description today. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as Moody on the gas down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Eddie going to try to dig in. Oh, Dale gets the wall. That's going to open the door for Fields. Fields going to jump up underneath. Battle for third. Here comes Fields. He's going to slide into turn number 3 and 4. Up the track. Dale's going to get the run on the outside as they're still wrecking at the back of the pack out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Contact through 1 and 2. Battle for third as Farness grabs the wall. Eddie Farness in the 21 as we get the caution flag once again. I think he just grabbed the wall. It's getting slick out there, guys. It's not next gen. It's not next gen. It's ARCA cars, Force. The ARCA cars. The ARCA cars are phenomenal on dirt. Some of these guys are struggling a little bit though. As we are going to get a 2-lap shootout here tonight. Landon Moody and Eddie Farness up at the front of the field as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Should get that one to go this time by. Yeah, no, I definitely get your point. I get your point. Looking for that green flag here this time by single file. Landon Moody trying to hold on. A pair of Farnesses behind him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. When will Moody fire off? Green flag is out as he wanted to go earlier rather than later. Green, green, green. Oh, yeah, it might not. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Eddie trying to get the run out. Moody holding strong. Here comes Eddie down low. He's going to slide it through turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go as they come across the line. Moody at the line into 1 and 2. Moody going to keep it down low. Farnas going to try to get the run down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Both of them going to try to run slider. Moody's going to try to play defense. Farnas going to slide up the track. Moody going to come down low to the line. Who's it going to be? They touch. Oh, Moody got him at the line. Farnas second. Jacob Fields third. Dale Farnas in fourth. Kohig in fifth. That was freaking amazing, guys. Great racing out there. Let's take a look at this finish right here. Moody, Farnas going to throw the slide. Moody's going to try and run the cut down. They make contact coming to the line. Oh, my God. How close was that? How close was that? Across the line. That is insane. It did give it to Moody. Wow. 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 That's not it. We're going to do UMP official here in a second. Wow. All right. Let's go through the results real quick. My results aren't showing up for some reason, so I'm just going to read them off. It's Moody with the win, Eddie Farnas second, Jacob Fields third, Dale Farnas in fourth. Going to be Tommy Kohig in that number 5 spot, Tyler Autry in 6th. Moody is on a roll. Remington James in the number 7 spot, Kenny in 8th, Caleb Kramer in 9th. Going to be Tyler Harris in the number 10 spot, Noah Carter 11th, Zach Lovelace in 12th, Asher Hansen 13th, Nathan Johnson 14th, Harris and Jacob Sturgill rounding out the field. We're going to go see who is in here real quick. Oh my God. That was freaking amazing. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. We'll see if Fields and Eddie show up.
All I'm saying is I think that's an MDI instant classic. Well,
that is a classic. There isn't any more. Riley. Robert said, great finish in the ARCA feature. Way to roll, I think is what he meant. Roll it, Moody. Yeah, I mean, you have been on a roll. You were struggling in the ARCA cars and getting a win. And here you are, second win, second week in a row. Man, this was just a freaking riot. I had a feeling that Lanier would be good. It did get slick for a few guys there at the end there, but man, tell me about that battle with you and Eddie.
Oh man, I don't know where to even start. I knew when I saw he won the heat, he was probably going to be tough. Him and Dale are always pretty good, and Tyler, he was up there in the mix, and Jacob was going to be tough too. And then I knew like once we pull away from the main pack when I was in second, I knew okay, I think Eddie's going to be my guy I'm going to have to compete with tonight. But I mean that was. That whole run was just, slider after slider, that was the hardest, cleanest racing you'll get. That's just it. That's point B right there. That was a great race. You know, Robert was right when he said instant classic. Kenny said, holy, what a race. And he got wrecked by Tyler twice. Hell of a finish. I mean, he was having a blast out there. I don't think he expected to be that far up to the front. And, but man, that was absolutely insane. Yeah, everybody, it was impressive for sure. Also, I want to say the margin of victory was 5 1,000ths of a second. I don't know if there's been a closer finish than that, but that's pretty close for a dirt race, if you ask me. Oh yeah, that is brutally close. I mean, I would have almost guessed that it was closer, but that was insane. I'm literally looking at. I literally have it paused right now, and I'm like just barely ahead. I mean, it's not by much. With your nose in the freaking dirt. I was literally off the ground, I think, for a second. I don't know exactly. I mean, I did what I had to do. I crossed them over, and I was trying to get back on the gas. And how nerve wracking was it at the end there with those cautions, the flurry of cautions there? Because I mean, you know, Eddie was so good at those restarts. He was really good on the starts, and what was hurting me was like with me being the leader, I can't see really when the pace car pulls in because that A pillar on the left side, it kind of blocks it a little bit. So I kind of have to back it up just a little bit to see like when the pace car is like pulled down. Then that'll be my time to fire. But it was kind of hard. I feel like when you were in the lead, you were very vulnerable up front and on the restarts because Eddie was able to go from like the top of the wall to like the inside and just he get a massive run. And I mean, he definitely had the advantage there, and he was just able to throw the car into the corner and just throw a perfect slider and cross him over. And I don't know how many times we did that tonight in 40 laps. I feel like we did that at least probably 10 plus times tonight. Like one of us take the lead and take it back, and it just this whole switcheroo.
Yeah, for sure. I forgot that ARCA race or the UMP race is already up. That was so entertaining. That's more entertaining than what we're gonna get in any UMP race. I'll
Any
tell you
other?
that.
I'm just saying that you ain't gonna be able to find that in officials. I'm just saying, like only with this, it's a good group of guys. Eddie, I'm sure Eddie had a blast just as much as I did. I was grinning.
We're about to talk to him about that too.
that was an Oswego rematch from a year ago. So that I think we got the second chapter of it right there.
Well, why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors, and I can talk to Eddie for a minute.
Yep, want to thank you for putting on this deal. Probably the best race of the year on MDiTV, at least a close runner-up. 3D Racing. Want to thank Zach Lovelace for making this awesome little throwback car. Going to be running tomorrow night in a league for our throwback race. Justin Norwood Sim Sports, Precision 3D Prints and Design, and everybody that watched that thriller. I hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I did.
You definitely sound like you enjoyed it. Eddie,
enjoyed it.
Eddie, what a freaking race, man. That was a ride to watch, and it had to be a ride to drive.
Yeah, that was awesome. There was not much more to describe it. That was freaking fun.
You know, you get in there, you take the heat race. Fields gets the quick time. Fields is always tough. I know you've raced him before. You get the win in that heat race. You had to feel pretty good going into tonight's feature.
Yeah, it was. I really didn't like the top line early. That's heat race. I kind of used that cut down line and won, and that slider line and got ahead of him, and I just kept running that and started using that at the beginning of this, and then it turned to the top, and then it was a battle from once Landon got around me the first time. I wasn't gonna let him go that easy, and I think it was, I don't know, since lap 17, it felt like just back and forth, back and forth.
You had to be pouring sweat after that one. Even your brother. I mean, he didn't have a great heat race because he got caught up by the lap car, but man, he had a heck of a run back up through the field. He was there in the mix. I mean, you had to be worried about him. You're sitting there worried about Moody, and then all of a sudden, here comes your brother up behind you.
Yeah, but I also had him in my ear yelling at himself. He didn't know what to do different because he couldn't catch us. So I don't know. He had his own thing going on with Jacob, and I don't know who else was up there, but they had a good battle, and I was mainly focused on just hitting my line because that the cushion was getting thin, and if you missed it, it was game over.
Yeah, super fun, super competitive. Great run here tonight. Always good to have you out there. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, Mountain View Plumbing, DOA Pro Wrestling, amazing embroidery screen print, Cedarscapes, GR Smith Construction. I kind of just threw our paints together tonight, so hopefully next week we'll have something that looks a little bit better. You for putting it on, as always, Dale for always doing it with me. Landon for another freaking amazing race. Like I said, I got him at Oswego, he got me here, so now I guess we got one more to settle it. But yeah, fun as always. I'll be back next week for sure. Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you, guys. Great run, and I'm going to watch some UMPs. Yeah, that's about how I feel right now about UMPs.
You have fun with that.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
You ain't going to get that much excitement out of UMPs.
It's Eldora. We'll see.
That's true.
You know everybody loves Eldora. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you in a little bit, Moody.
Yep.
All right, great run for those guys here tonight. That was a riot. I know I missed the beginning of the UMP race, but it was worth it. That was worth every dime of that host. All right, so we are into the LCQ right now for the UMP Modifieds. Looks like top four going to transfer through as we got 3 laps into this one. Great battle up front between Cody and Darnell and Jacob Black as they come out of turn number 2. Let's take a look and see what happened in the heat races. So heat race number 1 looks like Dustin Price, Keith Hackney, Michael Clark, Robert Andring, Trey Baker, Jordan Moore all made it in on the feature there. And then over on heat race number 2, T. Clem with the whip. Good run, T. Clem. Ian, Colin, Alex Harper. I like seeing Harper out front. Darian and Tristan Sykes all making it into the feature here tonight. This is the LCQ. We're going to see who makes it in the rest of the way as we are going to get 4 laps to go. Still a great battle for the lead on a turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Darnell going to throw a slider cut down by Black out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Plenty of breathing room for the top 4 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. What's up, Jacob? Out of turn 4, drag race to the line. It's going to be Darnell at the line that time by. 3 laps to go here in the LCQ as they come out of turn number 2. Darnell with the lead. Looks like Black might have fallen back as O'Neal giving him a little bit of pressure. I think it's just Neil. I don't know if it's O'Neal or just Neil. Let's go take a look at see what iRacing says. It is O'Neal. Okay. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Darnell going to lead the way. Jacob Black in that number 2 spot. O'Neal putting the pressure on Black into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes O'Neal down low. Good dig out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go out of turn number 2. Darnell going to lose a little bit of ground, but gets it back down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Darnell going to take the win in the LCQ. Black, O'Neal, and Witherspoon going on into tonight's feature. Everybody else, Davis, Bupp, and Wright going home. All right, who's ready for 30 laps here tonight in the UMP Modifieds? Let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Man, that race was so good. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the main event, it is going to be Dustin Price. Outside of him in the number 97 machine, it's going to be T. Clem. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 69, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Outside of him in the number 55, it's going to be Lindell. Starting inside, row number 3 here tonight in the number 13 machine, it's going to be Michael Clark. Outside of him in the number 1, it's going to be Colin Nikes. I think I'm saying that right. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be Robert Andring. Outside of him, it's going to be Alex Harper. Starting inside, row number 5, it's going to be Trey Baker. Outside of him, it's going to be Darren Brunson. Starting inside, row number 11, it's going to be Jordan Moore. Outside of him, it's going to be Tristan Sykes. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Cody Darnell starting inside row number 7. Jacob Black outside of him. Then rounding out the field in the number 15 spot, it is going to be O'Neal with Witherspoon to his outside as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag here tonight. Who's it going to be? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Hackney going to try to slide up to second. Big contact as it looks like the 55 is going to go the wrong way. Lindell into the wall as he gets more contact. He's going to get into the 33. Big wreck into 3 and 4. Big wreck into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Jordan Moore going to be done for the night as he took a big hit into the outside wall. All right, yeah, Andring is going to have nowhere to go, and that number 33, the 55, is just going to get into the back of him, spin him around. He's going to get driven all over, and Jordan's just going to get into that one late, hard into the outside wall. We're going to back it up a little bit. Watch from his cockpit. They're just going to get together, and I don't think he's going to... Oh, he's just going to get hit. He had no clue, just hard into the wall. That is unfortunate for Jordan Moore as he's going to take an early exit from this one. Dustin Price going to lead the way. T. Clem second, Hackney, and Michael Clark, your top four. They have definitely stolen the show. Jacob Cannon, what's up? All right, we're gonna stack them up 2 by 2 out of turn number 4. Looking for that green flag. We're gonna re-rack them, restack them once again. Whiplash, yeah, definitely some whiplash there. Oh, all right. Let's see if we can get a good run here. There's some good guys up in this one. This is going to be wild. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Dustin Price on the gas. Here comes Hackney looking for second once again, but T. Clem going to fill the void as they're 3 wide behind him. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Blinkety Blinky up at the top side. I think that's going to be... Is that Clark? Somebody was blinking like crazy. Up on the top side as they head through 1 and 2. Hackney into the back of T. Clem. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, top 4 going to break through single file through turn number 3 and 4. Harper, Harper is impressing me more and more every week in that number 10 machine. As he heads into turn number 3 and 4, T. Clem looking for the lead, couldn't quite get it. Hackney to his outside. Hackney going to jump up the outside. Here comes T. Clem down low. It was a blast to watch as they were almost 3 wide for the lead down into 1 and 2. I'll tell you what, the UMPs are trying as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Big run for Clark on the bottom side. Hackney going to knock on the back door of Dustin Price as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway, going to be 6 laps complete as they head into 1 and 2. Price continues to lead. Hackney with a big run out of 2. Here comes Hackney to the outside. He's going to ride the wall down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. No lift, no love up on the top side as Hackney takes the lead out of turn number 4. Hackney with the lead into 1 and 2. T. Clem gets the wall. Big stack up as Harper and Clark pile in down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Dustin Price in the wall in the 33. That's going to give Hackney a lot of breathing room as they come down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Nose to tail, second on. Back as Hackney is 0.6 of a second out front, but Price going to start to pull away from T. Clem just a tick down the back stretch. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Quiet and single file. Let's jump back a little bit as it looks like Cody Darnell coming from our LCQ up to the number 7 spot, trying to make his way forward, trying to bottom feed a little bit. There's another one bottom feeding down at the bottom. It's going to be the 20 of Witherspoon. Back up to the front, T. Clem trying to put the pressure on Price as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, 11 laps complete, 30 laps into tonight's feature. Price going to grab the wall. T. Clem's got to back out of it. You smell tacos. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Price going to work the slider, sees to see if that's faster, trying to figure out what he can do to catch Hackney. That's going to allow T. Clem to put more pressure on him into turn number 1 and 2. T-Clem has to run a lane lower in 1 and 2. That's going to hurt him a little bit on exit. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Price decides to stay up top. Mini slider up to the cushion out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Here comes Price. He's going to try the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Big run for T-Clem out of turn 2. That was not the move for Price. He's able to hold on to the spot, but it is not there in the middle as they head through turn number 3 and 4. T-Clem all over the back of him. He's going to stay to the top side as Price goes all the way to the bottom in 1 and 2. Price tried the bottom, and he's going to pay the price as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Let's see if T-Clem gets the cut down. He does. Out of turn 4, T-Clem to second that time by. He's going to slide him in 1 and 2. T-Clem back up to the top. Bangs the cushion. Here comes Price back down low. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Price going to hit the bottom through 3 and 4. Does not slide up the track. T-Clem going to keep it that time by down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. This has turned into a battle for second as Hackney has set off into the sunset in that number 69 machine. T-Clem finally grabs second to himself as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Clark to the outside of Price out of turn number 4. Oh, Harper going to take a 3 wide, 3-car battle for the number 3 spot out of turn number 2. They almost run out of room. Somehow they keep it straight. Back into turn number 3 and 4. Trying the slide as Price. Harper was there. Price had to back out of it a little bit. So did Harper. That gives Clark the number 3 spot into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Clark in that number 3 spot. Dustin Price in 4th. Harper in 5th. Their nose to tail bumper tag out of turn number 4. Here goes Harper down to the bottom side trying to find it. Price gets the wall. Harper, if he had slid up, would have got the spot. Did not know. He stays down low. Price able to pull out of turn 2. Grabs the spot back through 3 and 4. Caution flag comes out. Great battling back here in that 4th, 5th, 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions. Let's go see what brought out the caution flag. It looks like it's going to be Colin. Oh, as he just gets the wall. We see a lot of this here at Eldora. He's just going to grab the wall, can't get off of it, probably breaks the right front. Oh, grab the wall again. Oh, he's got a broken left front and just spins it. Okay. So caution flag is out, and it is going to be a 2x2 restart with technically 11 laps to go. So they're going to set them up 2x2. It will be 10 to go when they take the green flag. So if you're Hackney in that number 69, I mean, he's got to feel pretty confident, but he's got to wonder how much tire he has used compared to these other guys since he's been out front kind of by himself. Nobody really racing him, showing him how hard he's pushing it. So you got to wonder what's going to happen here. Stacking them up 2x2, looking for the green flag this time by T-Clem to Hackney's outside. That's got to make him feel good. But that number 13 in that number 3 spot has got to be the wild card here tonight. He's always got some speed. I mean, Price is still up in there. We're going to find out what happens as the green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come out of turn number 4. Hackney going to easily take the lead. Here comes Clark, though. Clark going to try to slide in front of T-Clem. T-Clem going to be able to hold on the outside. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Little contact between Clark and Price. They keep it straight. Here comes Harper. Harper up in the mix in that number 10 as they come out of turn number 4. He's going to have the number 4 spot that time by now into the wall. That's going to give Price the spot back. No, Harper stays in the gas. No, Price takes it down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Price not able to throw the slide. Harper going to be in the wall once again as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Price with the slide in 1 and 2. Cut down by Harper. Harper going to have a good run out of turn. Oh, they touch into turn number 3. They touch into 3. Harper able to hold on to it. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway is going to be Price in that number 4 spot. Harper's going to try to dig back in that number 10 machine. Down the back straightaway, they got company behind them as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Price a little too sideways. Harper's got to back out of it. He's got pressure from behind. That's Brunson just behind him as they head through turn number 1 and 2. As Clark does a big cut down, that's going to stack up the field behind him. Harper almost up underneath Price. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 5 laps to go as they come across the line. Hackney is pulling away once again through turn number 1 and 2. We're watching this battle for the number 4 spot. Harper all over the back of the number 33. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 4 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. Harper all over the wheel in that number 10 machine, trying to recover from last week's race. He did not have the race he wanted. He's got the speed here tonight. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Has to back out of it as Price is sideways. Here comes Brunson down low, up underneath Harper as they come across the line. 3 laps to go. Brunson down on the bottom, does not throw the slider as Harper's going to ride the wall through 1 and 2. Price going to get a little bit of breathing room here. We're going to see if Harper can reel him back in as they come out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go. Will this battle heat up again for the number 4 spot? The number 2 spot is heated up. Down the back straightaway, here comes Michael Clark. He's going to look low in 3 and 4. Throws the slide. Cut down by T-Clem. T-Clem going to hold it that time by as they head into 1 and 2. T-Clem going to slide up the track in turn number 1 and 2. Clark not able to get out of the wall to run the cut down. They're going to drag race down the back straightaway. Here comes Clark down low. Clement going to hold him down on the bottom. Out of turn number 4. They touched across the line. It's going to be Clark at the line. Hackney takes the win. Clark in second. T-Clem, Dustin Price, Harper, Brunson, Sykes, Black, O'Neill, Witherspoon, Andring, Darnell, Collin, Lindell, Baker, and Moore are your field. We're going to see if anyone in the top 3 come in. I got to assume that we're going to see Hackney and T-Clem jump over here, grab themselves a quick little interview. If not, we will cut the stream. But man, I still can't get over that. Yeah, good win for Hackney. I still can't get over that ARCA finish. I'm sure you saved that replay too, Moody. We're going to go ahead and watch that finish once again between T-Clem and Clark. What a finish. T-Clem trying to play a little bit of defense. And they just get together, and Clark takes it at the line. T-Clem in third. Harper with a good finish. He ends up getting 5th place here tonight. Good finish for Harper in that number 10 machine. There's T-Clem. T-Clem. Hackney. T-Clem. What's up? Oh, my God. Man, that was a good race. But the ARCA race we had before that was epic. But good race, T-Clem. You and Clark there at the. You had a good race with Price, and then a great race with Clark there at the end. There, it would look hard to pass tonight. Was kind of the problem.
Oh, it was super one lane, and if you moved out, even to throw a slider, it was just all momentum lost. That's the only reason I got around Dustin.
Yeah, it looked like when you really lost a lot of your spots when you tried to get up underneath Price going for the lead. I know you had Hackney all over the back of you, moved to the bottom, and just couldn't get back up to the top. That top lane was, looked like there was a lot of pre-gen tonight.
Yeah, it was super slick, but I'd rather have that than a hammer down track here because it's even more follow the leader on a hammer down track.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, everyone over at Team No Love, all the guys for helping me test. Keith for the wrap, you guys and you for broadcasting.
Appreciate it, T-Clem. Hackney, what a win here tonight. Some of that was patience to get around T-Clem. And then I think at one point I said, no lift, no love. You took that outside around Dustin, and man, it got close, but you just did not lift and took the lead and never looked back tonight.
I missed the line in qualifying just a little bit. I was trying something different, and it did not work. But I mean, we was still good up in the front, for the heat, and I mean, we was fast in the heat as well. Just trying to race Dustin hard, trying not to get into him and stuff like that. And um, man, I have a lot of luck here at this track. I think you know that.
Yeah.
Across everything I've ever ran here, and I felt real comfortable. And T Clem's got the sets just dialed, and I took something of his and I made just a few changes to it, and man, you could really tell. Like, I mean, I was just on a cruise out there out front. I hated to see that caution. I don't know why it came out by itself, but whatever. It is what it is, and yeah, I was kind of worried after that restart, because these long runs like that, your tires sort of go away a little bit, and I felt them going away. I told T-Clem I felt it was going away, but I looked at the relative and I just kept on pulling them a little bit. So I mean, I felt like I was still good to go, and I'm happy to be here, man. Like that makes 2 weeks in a row for your broadcast that we got the dub
Yeah,
from. So
that is 2 weeks in a row.
yeah, so I mean, we can't complain, and we'll just see where it goes.
And that says a lot. I mean, we see a lot of guys come out here and they can be toxic, and then you get a lot of guys that come in here and they get a good group, and we call them teams, we call them setup shops, but really it just ends up being a good friend group where people get along, they work together and work on getting better. Is that really what's going on over there at Team No Love?
Absolutely. Like I'm not. I applaud. All the hundreds, probably thousands of guys who are on all these setup shops and stuff like that. Because I've been a part of them for a very long time. But when you're just able just to take a step back and don't have that title over you and or on your car, I feel like people race you a little different. I mean, granted, yeah, you're still gonna have your issues, but people race you different and you don't have to worry about all that. Like, all right, cool. Like I don't care. I'm running when I want to run. I race where I want to race, and I don't have to answer to nobody besides, the guys on our team and stuff like that. So it is a lot more laid back and relaxed and stuff like that for the most part. And yeah, I mean, like once you can get a good group of guys together, and especially here in the UMPs, I've been noticing a lot. I haven't been running them. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Every time I ran T Clem sets, I think I've won. I don't think I've lost one yet. But I just don't. This ain't my community any. Like it is
Like
theirs. But
yeah, like
but
it used to
seeing
be.
right. But seeing how all of them are racing and the guys that come in here and race all the time, like there's a bunch of good guys in here, and I'm so glad they got the open set officials. Like that's awesome. So, who knows? Might start running more of these UMPs to help T Clem out and test and stuff like that, and while I'm still doing my legend stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to get into the UMP races. One of the things I enjoy. You see the contact, you hear the apology. It's just hard racing in the end. So it's definitely a little bit different environment than like the supers and the big blocks. So definitely agree with that statement. But great
Absolutely.
run.
I mean,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
you're still gonna have your shitters, no doubt. But people who respect other guys in here, I mean, it's not gonna hurt your ego if you apologize. And so many people fail to do that, me being one sometimes. But I try to keep it just straightforward with anybody. Like if you're in the wrong, speak up. If you're not in the wrong, then okay, you have a legit argument. But at the same time, I mean, we're all in these races every single day, every hour, and just go get them in the next race.
Facts. Well, great run here tonight. Give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors.
Yeah, man. First foremost, man, T Clem, like I said, he's got the sets dialed, like literally dialed, and I can't wait to start running some of these a lot more. All the guys at TNL, since we just brought that back. Actually, several of them was in the race tonight, so shout out to them guys and their feedback to T Clem as well, and I try to help him out as well as feedback. Tunnel Vision by Hackney, Grip Hackney Live, Vision Detailing, T Clem, Gas to Go. And Keaton's a saw shop, whatever the hell he's got on my car. I don't know what it is. and you for broadcasting.
Appreciate you guys. Good race here tonight, and I'll see you guys next week.
All right, man. Thank you.
Later. Good run for those guys. I almost moved myself out of the room. Thanks, guys, for coming out here tonight. Definitely some great shows, man. I'm going to have dreams about that ARCA race. We're going to go ahead and call it a night. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.